haven't signed up for the Friday night tournament yet, please come up and do so.
Good evening, everybody. It's Mark Weaver live in the booth right now. Jerry Johnson, you can see, is getting the table ready for the finals match of the Scotch doubles tournament. $700 entry per team. First place gets $8,000. Second place gets $6,000. We're going to go kick the match off here in about 5 minutes. But again, Mark Weaver in the booth here. Jerry will be here as well. Buckle up and get ready because this is going to be one heck of a night. Race to 11, CR Sportsbar, $14,000 in the prize fund for these two teams. And these two teams have ran over some quality teams to get here. I know I've still got tread marks in my back from one of them, but this is going to be a lot of fun. So get your popcorn ready, do what you got to do, throw a couple of extra ice cubes in your drink, smoke them if you got them, whatever. But, hey, we're going to be right back. We're going to be live again. CR Sports Bar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. the mecca of pool in the upper Midwest. Be right back.
Martin Birch to the billiards counter.
Attention pool players. Everybody's attention for 1 second, please. We have the finals on table 15 tonight, so if you're on any of these tables, 20, 21, 14, and 16, please be careful. This is the finals. We have Austin, Olson, Leinen, Hank the Tank versus Soren, Erickson, Plumley. Let's give them a round of applause for getting in the finals here. 8,000 for first place, 6,000 for second, race 11 winner breaks, no coaching, Scotch doubles, that's the format, so please be careful on them tables around them. You guys ready to go? Flip it up, let's go, good luck.
All right, everybody. Down to the finals right here. Mark Weaver should be here shortly. Grab Mark. Mark. We have Soren Erickson, Chad Plumley versus Hank the Tank Leinen and Austin Olson. Mark Weaver just jumped in the booth.
Yes,
Mark,
sir.
how
Back
you doing?
in. Not too bad. How's it going, Jerry?
Good, good. We got a big match tonight. First place, 8,000. Second place, 6,000.
Man, this is one of the biggest ones right here. Unbelievable. Both of these teams I mentioned a couple minutes ago, I just hopped on to introduce it right in the stream, but they've ran over some quality teams to get here. And there's $14,000 in the prize fund tonight. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, it's a big match right here, and both teams played well to get here. And our sponsors for tonight's or for the event for this Scotch doubles was O'Keefe's Auto Body and Paint, Primo Construction, that's Sticky Nicky Hansen, Big John Hutton, Monticello Auto, Ryan Janikowski, Chris Frovick Stowing, and CR Sportsbar. That was the added money we put in, so it was a $700 entry per team. Now Soren has been breaking real good, Mark.
Yeah, he's been, I labeled him earlier, the King Kong break. He hits that thing so good. It gets wavered a little bit sometimes. You know, we're human. We're amateurs still, but get a ball in that time? Nope. But that cue ball went kind of in the same area it did in his last couple of matches. Yeah, right by that first time and past the side pocket. And at the table now is Hank the Tank, coming off a victory out in Boston.
Big win in Boston.
Big win. Ultimate Pool League's junior champion.
Junior champ right here, Hank the Tank.
Man, can he play some pool. So solid. And then his partner, of course, Austin Olson. Cannot stop talking enough about how his game has progressed. Phenomenal. Breaks it really hard, plays really solid, and has no fear.
And what a comeback from, remember now, they were down 10 to, or they were up 10 to 2 and lost 11-10 in a match. Austin and Hank.
Yep.
So they made a nice little rebound and got to the finals here. That other match was a couple tournaments ago, or last tournament maybe, whatever it was. But
yeah, it was a couple tournaments back. But
Austin really rebounded on that one.
Yes, he did. He went on and did some stuff in the singles events too, though, since then, and really rebounded well. It's really impressive to see. I can't say enough about him.
We'll see how the table breaks in it because it's crazy humid in here, and these doors opening up, and so we'll have to see what's happening. So
Keith Almquist in the house. Yeah, and I, as far as like with Austin too, and some of these other juniors, I've said it so many times, but I'm gonna keep saying it. They're so well behaved. They've been raised really well. They're so respectful. The junior programs and the results of it are just top notch here in the Minnesota. And I think a lot of the rooms, we owe it to ourselves, to the community too, to pat ourselves on the back a little bit because we offer them a really good environment.
Yep, nice kids.
Yep, absolutely. Is that going to get there? Yeah, it is. Cue ball. Got just a little bit away from him there. Came off that side rail and just swish right in the middle of the pocket. And speaking of juniors, too, Chad Plumley and Soren have also come through junior programs in Mankato and also Otana. Soren had talked to me about 10 minutes or so before the match, about an hour or so ago, just relaying that, he had actually come up through the juniors, and, Chad had come up through the juniors as well. So, anybody out there that, has kids, or they're, going to be having kids, or you have kids that are interested in pool or whatever, don't be afraid to have them come to the rooms. It's a really clean environment. They're really, really around a lot of people that have respect for the game, and they're going to be in good hands. So if you got juniors and they're interested in playing pool, bring them on in. Yeah, if the 11 goes in the bottom right corner, if they get on the left side of it, then they can get over, and that'll open up that lower left corner for the 9 ball. The getting over there would probably come off that 14 ball. Now, the 12 does go in the upper left corner. In my opinion, I kind of think that 10 will lead to the 12, and the 12 will get me on the 8. So I might consider trying to use them as my last balls. And if you look too, the 12, well, he's going to take the 12 right now. Not a bad deal either, because the 15 will get you back to the 8, and I picture the 15 will be one of their last balls before the 8. And Chad should be able to pocket this 10, get a little angle on that 14 right in there, and that'll open up the 11. 11 will go to the 9, or they can use the 15 to the 9. So many options right now.
Yeah, now he'll just go 2 rails over, play the 11 probably.
2 rails. You can spin this with a little bit outside, and
he's got to be careful because it's if it's a little thin, the ball will get away from him, unless he's going to run into him. But I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be a little bit over more to the left.
He's hitting like he might run into him. Oh, he got by. Okay.
Good shot. Nice pace too.
Might have went a little high.
Now, a little bit high. So I think now what you do is you go from the 11 to the 15, and then the 15 to the 9. The 11 will give you natural shape up that left side rail. And anywhere near on that rail, you just got to avoid the scratch in the side pocket, but you want to be to the left of the 15 along that line. And then the 15 goes in the upper left corner. You go 2 rails for shape naturally on the 9 ball. So this actually is setting up pretty good. I don't really like the 15 first because you're not going to get on a ball from going around the table with that one. So I think you're going to have to cut that 11, Chad. Unless you're going to tuck it up there somewhere and play it safe. But
it looks like he can cut it in the bottom right.
Yeah, the 11 will go. I just think he has to stay to the left of the line in the 15 over on that side rail, and that'll give him a good, even from right where he is right now, it'd give him a good angle on the 9. But you got to get that 11 out of there first. He's probably got to hit it the same pace that Soren hit that last ball. Soren really hit that ball really good pace. Real easy to have that cue ball just get away from you. I wonder if he'll try to bump the 8.
He's playing safe. So he probably couldn't make that 11 then.
Yeah.
Yep, he looked like he was
Or maybe not confident in it, too. I mean, it's not a guaranteed shot. That's not entirely easy.
First game jitters. Hey, we got, I believe Little Joe's tuning in.
Little Joe. Miss you, my friend.
Little Joe Bielpando.
And Little Joe.
And then I called Buster. Hopefully Buster's watching. Buster, I'm thinking about you. Just letting you know, buddy. Yep, so.
Yeah, Buster. We're with you, bro.
All right, let's see what we got here. Wow.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Oh, my God. I gave him a nickname earlier on Facebook of Austin, get out of my way. I'm rising to the top, Olson. And that's probably a confirmation of it right there. Oh, my God.
He's got to keep his
Nowhere is safe on this table.
Yep.
Jeez. That is really, really good shot. Man, is that clutch to start out here.
Oh, we got a little farther on that ball.
Yep. A little bit farther, but I think it'll set up well to go up to the upper rail with some draw, go, kind of punch it up there with some center maybe. You could even go 2 rails on this and get on the 2 ball. I like this kind of a shot here. The 4, just kind of punch the cue ball up to where that chalk is on that end rail. And bring it right back down.
Down, or you can hit a little higher and you hit 2 rails out towards
Yep,
it.
you can go 2 rails and go that way too. Yep.
What if you come off that 1 rail?
I don't know if I want to shoot the 2 first, but if I got Tank shooting behind me, I could probably shoot anybody. Even with Austin, my God, what a jump shot. But I do kind of like the 4 ball here first. And yeah, get it right over there, right in that area there. Austin will do a stop shot, slide the cue ball over, and get you on the 8 ball. Hank will. So here we go. Nice and solid, Austin. Similar to the shot he had in the side a couple tournaments ago. I don't know if you want to go forward and you don't want to go to the side rail. You want to go up to the end rail if you're going to go 2 rails.
Yeah. Or 1 rail and out.
Yeah, or 1 rail and out. He might feel that he's going to go 1 rail and out now. Yep. And if you come up on the left side of the 2, you're okay. It'll go in the lower right corner pocket too. You just got to bring it back up table.
Oh. He was unsure on that shot,
Yep.
So.
And he might have taken a little bit too much time on that.
Yep.
It seemed like he took a little bit more time than he normally does. After that great jump shot he did, I think he probably just got up and just stroked it however he wanted. Go 2 rails, go up to the end rail, but it's early. They got a lot of people for that Friday night, weekly tonight too, don't they? 35, 36, 40?
Something like that. Now we do have a Fargo rate tournament coming. Well, they're the one sponsoring it. July 18th, the first 48 players.
Ooh, and Soren missed a ball.
Both teams.
Oh, boy. Well,
first game jitters.
Get the jitters out of the way.
500 added a race to 2 both sides on July 18th.
That is awesome. It's capped at 48 players, too. Is that
Steve
right?
Ernst and Mike Page are going to be down, I believe. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Nice. That'll be a lot of fun for everybody. Man, what a back and forth ping pong of missed balls right there. Jeez.
Wow. First game jitters for sure.
Both
First
players.
game and the last game are hardest ones to win. You know that.
Yep. Both players, I'm sure, are going to get rid of that, though. They're here for a reason. And good shot. Nice stroke on that one.
Stable's real sticky with the humidity. We'll see how the break
Look
goes.
at Hank. He just looks so casual. I mean, just no worries in the world. When I grow up, Jerry, I want to be just like Hank.
Good old Hank.
Man. But yeah, they do. Again, the juniors and everybody, they just carry themselves so well, and it shows a lot of credit towards their parents, any junior programs they've been in, but also the people around them. And guys like you, Jerry, provide venues for them to come in and just flourish. It's awesome.
We got a lot of good players out here. A lot of nice young kids.
Chad Plumley was telling me before, and I'll get to him in a few minutes here. Austin breaking. He's got another solid break. Oh, maybe a little bit too much in that one.
A little amped up.
Yep. Maybe a little bit amped up.
Got to tighten that up.
Cue ball kind of got away and went swish right in the side pocket.
Now these stripes look pretty juicy.
Yep. I think, does the 8 go by that 7? See somebody's standing right in the way here. Who is that? Is that Freddie? No, I can't see. It looks like the 8 might not go in that lower left corner. We got a guy right in front of the booth here that, yeah, it won't go. So solid is not a bad option if you want to take the 2 right now, and then maybe even set up for the 7 and go up table, take care of those balls, and come back for the 8. But I'd be really surprised if they didn't take the stripes. You're going to have to move that 8 ball though.
Actually, solids ain't bad either. You take a look at it, Mark.
Yeah, solids. I was saying if you take the 2, and then maybe I think if I took the 2, I'm probably going to set up for the 7 right away.
Yes, take the 2 to the 7 because that 6-1 combos up there is pretty simple.
And just take care of everything up table and come back for the 8. 8 goes in either corner.
At first look at it, I mean, the stripes are good, but you got to maneuver around and got to move that 8 ball out.
I like this idea here because I think what Chad's going to do is take the ball across this side, get an angle on the 12, and use the 12 off the 12 with the cue ball to move the 8 ball. And then they have the 15 sitting there to go on the other side.
Or the corner.
Yep, or in the corner. He's just going to have to get over on that side of the table. I kind of like the idea of going from the 12 to the ball he's shooting out to go into is it the 12 or the 13 up table? That's the 12. And not having to go back up table. So I don't mind if they clear those up top. That didn't give him an angle. That 8 ball must go. Again, there's a guy right in front of us here in the booth. He cannot see the line on the 8 ball, but
you do realize the majority
he is a paying patron, so he will. Oh, my. So anyways, Chad Plumley. Yeah, you talked to him a little bit before the match as well, and he wanted to give a shout-out to his mom, Natalie. Did say that she was very happily retired, so enjoy your retirement, Natalie. And I had met you a few times, I believe, back at the Farmington Billiard days. And speaking of junior pool, Chad was relaying that, he had never really gotten to where he would slam his cue if he missed a ball or get snotty or something if things didn't go well, because Natalie had told him and his brother and stuff that if you act like that, I'm taking your cues away. And Chad had this little kid, this little kid smile on his face when he was telling me that. Honest to God, now his eyes were like sparkling. He's like, and I didn't want to lose my cue, so I didn't want to have my cue taken away from me. And he wanted to, kind of relay that, that's been a big part of what helped him to become a good pool player and also a good person around the table. And first he had mentioned to me that, he wanted to express a thanks to Natalie for that and instilling that in him, but I countered with saying, hey, the community thanks Natalie for that because it's a pleasure watching Chad play. So well done, Natalie.
Playing good pool.
Yep.
Now they're leaving the last ball for that 8, so they're either going to come off the left down to the end, left side rail down and play the 8 in the upper right corner or in the side, but the upper right corner looks like it because I don't know if I'd want to move it.
I don't know if I want to move it now at this point either, but I think getting underneath it and then taking it up in the corner is probably your best option.
For sure.
I'm surprised that they didn't try to move it earlier.
I think they just didn't get on it right to do it. Now they might be forced to move it.
Yeah, or he can roll into the 7. This might be a good angle to roll in the 7. I think if you go into the 7, though, you're going to go to the right with the cue ball underneath the 8, and I think you're going to lose that ball.
If that 8, I don't think that 8 goes in the bottom left.
I don't know. It might be one of those shots where you just kind of slam down there and just, you got the whole right side of the table. You're likely going to have something on the 8.
You don't want to hope that.
Yeah, well, you don't want to hope that, but sometimes, it's like Dave Pearl says, sometimes you just got to go. He's going to do that right there. Wow, beautiful. Well done.
A little firmer would have been real good, but he's all right there. Got a shot at it.
A little bit of a back cut. Nothing real severe, though. Unless he's going to bank it, but let's not get carried away early, right? And this would get both teams on the board. Like Jerry was saying, oftentimes that first one and the last one are some of the hardest games. Good shot.
Good shot right there. Good.
So again, on that, Chad mentioned that and stuff. Natalie, well done. Very well done.
Are you paying for both
But 1-1, race to 11, BCA rules. There's like 2,000 people signed up for the Friday Night Weekly right now. So it looks outside. It looks like the end of the Field of Dreams. There's so many people out there. But no, you got like 45, something like that. Maybe a little over 40 people. And we appreciate everybody here on the stream too that's tuning in for this. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And thumbs up and thumbs down if you appreciate the stream. But we appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you.
I'm going to talk to Eric McClellan about getting it monetized. I know we can do it. Now we just got to get everything in line. So then we can give everything back to the pool players.
Put it back in. So there's a lot of good things coming up. Tomorrow there's a 3-person tournament, 2 divisions. The first one starts at 10? And then the second division, upper division, starts at noon.
Something like that. And they are full. 32 teams in the one and 16 in the other.
Nice. Very nice.
Have a big Scotch doubles coming in July too, I believe.
Well, I may be up doing the ring game a little bit maybe tomorrow sometime.
There's
got away.
See if now they took advantage of the other one. Let's see if they can return the favor here. All right, what do you like here, Mark? What do we got?
I don't know.
2 balls in a pickle.
I don't like that 2 at all. I think the stripes are a lot more workable.
Yep.
The 10 ball will go in the lower right corner once you get that 14 and the 12 out of the way.
You can shoot the 11 ball in the corner. You can roll up and move that deuce out of the way.
You can move those out. Yeah, you can take the 11 and move them out of the way, and then everything goes.
You got the 11 ball in the corner if you get screwed
I kind of
up.
like that better, Jerry. That's a good idea because if you go out into the 10, the cue ball will float a little bit over and give you a really good shot on that 15, and then you're off and running. But that 15 kind of puts you on the 8 ball as well, so you might want to save that one. Looks like he's going to go solids anyways.
Yep.
So he's going to run it, take the 6 and run into the 10 too. You got to be kind of cautious that you don't get underneath it, but the 5's over there in front of the side. And the 3 goes in the side too. Now the 2 the 2 won't go anywhere. I thought it might go in the upper corner. The 7 isn't really in a bad spot to go 2 rails at the 2, but Austin might actually draw from this 3 right back into those 2 balls. The snap drop, come right back into that stripe, pump the 2. The 2 will move over to the left a little bit. It'll open up. Nope.
Okay, on
I'm sorry.
That particular shot there, Mark, I'm thinking you take the 5 because then you leave just a nice angle and you come right at the rail and bump it.
Yeah, I think
you're
right on that. Give yourself a thin cut on the 3 from where the 5 is, and then you can run to it pretty square. That draw shot's tough like that. If you don't hit it exactly right, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to go underneath it. You're going to get stuck down there. I don't know if I'm Hank, what I'm probably going to play is the 2, but I'm going to call the 5 ball. I'm going to run the cue ball off the 2 into the 5.
Yeah, I already asked them to move.
Well, they're all sitting out there now. The 9 goes, 15 goes. The 8 will have to find a pocket, but you got the 9 or 15 for that. It's just your first starting shot here. Not a full length of the table one, but
how many you got?
You're straight in on the 14 or a little bit of angle on the 12. Make this and you're running out. Yep, good shot. Good stroke on that.
Stroke on that one for sure.
Now the 8 still has to find a pocket.
Does that 9 go in the upper left?
The 9 will go on the upper left, and I think that one might be the best ball to get to it. So I'd probably go from the 15 and the 13 up there, and then the 9 and get on the 8. So I'll leave those 3 balls for the last and clear these 2 up down here.
He might drop. Oh, okay, he's playing 12 ball next.
And then the 15. Yeah, I think the 9 would be the best ball to leave for getting on the 8 ball.
I'd still maneuver around and get that 15. Well, I don't get the 2 in the way. What am I thinking? That got bumped in the way.
Yeah, it won't go in that pocket over there. It would go there until Hank had tried to pocket it up there and then kind of plugged it a little bit. That was a good shot on his part.
We got Big John Hutton watching the live stream right now. Primo.
John,
Primo
nice. Thanks for
Construction.
tuning in. Thanks for the sponsorship as always.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
He just called in $200 added to the Friday night tournament, and
That's
he's sponsoring
awesome.
this event here. So
that is awesome. Thanks, John.
thank you, John. We'll let all the players know in a second here when I make the announcement.
You got some great sponsors, Jerry. They've been with you for a long time. A lot of these companies have been with you for a long time. And it's just a sign when you're doing things right. Yeah, that's the ball you want to get on next. I don't want to get on the 9 next, so I want to get on the 13 next. Off the 15 over there when he shapes this. So you don't really have to get completely flat on that 15 to get up table. You can kind of get an angle and go between the 7 and the 8. As long as you get on that ball up by the 2, you're good. And then just float down table, get on the 9, then set up for the 8 ball. The 8 might even go off the 5 on the side, but who was it? Buddy Hall that always said they're shooting the corner pockets. It's a bigger pocket.
I
don't know about that on diamonds, though, because I think those corners sometimes are a little bit tight. Valley for sure. Valley's like a pocket and a half. There you go. Good spot.
Good shot.
And that'll give him a really good angle to come off that ball. Get on the 9 and then kind of get right where the cue ball is there. Just up table a little bit. So you want to be above the 9. You don't want to be below this one. If you and from that end of the table.
Yep.
So you want to get up almost
proper
about
side of the line.
Yeah, you almost want to get by the side pocket with the cue ball.
I mean, he could shoot the 9 in the side, come out the rail, and play the 13,
and
then
then
the 8
draw
in the
back.
corner.
That might even be
There's
better
a couple
because
different
you got a
ways,
really good control off that. Oh, he hit that one pretty good. Oh, he's on the rail though.
I don't want a little long here.
Yeah, just a little bit long. You know what, Jerry? I like your idea better. Take the 9 on the side, get flat straight onto that ball in the corner, and just draw back 2 diamonds. And
it's easy up here, though.
Yeah, it sure is.
He's looking to see if that 8 goes off that 5, I believe.
You can always just kind of lay it up there and then have Soren take a cut.
Hit that one real
looks
good.
Like he does go off the 5. Or take it right down here in the corner. Yeah, there's a big pocket on that side of the 5.
Wide open.
Good shot. Nice out. Yeah. Very nice. 2-1. Race to 11. CR Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Friday night tournament. The weekly one is getting ready to start here pretty soon. But again, tomorrow, 3-person tournament. Doors open at 8:30. There is a lower division. Tournament starts at 10. And the upper division, the tournament starts at 12. 32 teams in each division.
32 in the top division, 16 in the
16 in the bottom. Okay, so they both have.
Wait, I'm sorry. 32 in the bottom, 16 in the top.
32
division.
in the bottom, 16 in the top.
Yep.
Yeah, both have filled. So
they're still coming in for the tournament tonight.
Wow, is that a Trent Miller sighting?
Yes, it is.
Doesn't have a cue in his hands though.
I think he's playing though. He got one. Oh yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, he does. Yep.
The table's all bundled up, all nice and nice.
All right, 2-1 here,
Yes.
going to 11.
Speaking of that, I was down there when we picked up that 7-footer.
Oh, you seen the one all bundled up, yeah.
Yeah, wrapped up and everything like that. Man, that's a beautiful sight, though. A warehouse full of diamond tables. Oh, boy.
Anyone needs a diamond, I am a diamond dealer, the diamond dealer from Minnesota.
All right, Soren. I hope I didn't commentator jinx you with that King Kong break.
Watch that cue ball now. He's usually going just on the high side of the left side pocket.
One diamond passed. Oh, that's a center table
square there.
Very nice. This ball's in.
Nice break right there.
And they got a really good looking table
Yes,
here.
they do. Stripes look pretty nice. Wow.
Yeah, these look really, really juicy here.
Now these are the ones you got to take advantage of.
Yep. So the 13 is that the one? Yeah, down in the lower right corner there. You know, they're going to probably end up looking at maybe even a combo. If they can get on the 15, then they can go individually.
Yeah,
but they've got to get on this side of the 15, and I kind of like doing it right here from the 9 ball. If he can take the 10, great right now, but you don't have to shoot that ball. You can take the 9, go across, the table above the 5 and get on the 15 in the side. And then things get really easy for you. If you go from the 9 to the 14 and then 14 to the 10, then you may be looking at a combo, and you don't want that stripe on a combo to go onto the lower left rail, on the end rail there. It's a little bit harder to get to, and I would be hesitant to play a combo, especially if you don't have to. But I think the 9 does lead straight across over to the 15.
Happy anniversary, Big Don and Holly. Happy anniversary.
49 players in the Friday night weekly tournament tonight. Oh boy, very nice.
Sarah's going to add 100 first place, but get this. John Hutton called from Primo Construction. He's one of our sponsors for the event on the live stream tonight. He's adding 200 to the tournament tonight. So we got 300 added for the little Race to 2 tournament tonight at CR.
So race to 2 at CRs, 300 added for a Friday night tournament. Wow. And then on July 18th, as you mentioned, we got Fargo Ray coming in. It's a 500 added tournament. And that's another weekly. It's definitely the place to be. I mean, there's a lot of money being made here on these weeklies. First place I've seen over $400 pretty frequently. And the jackpot fund is still available, right?
Yeah, it
The
is.
side
That's up to
jackpot? That's good.
$3,360 or something.
Wow.
All right, they were.
Well, he played that shot to get over on the 15, and I think Soren can just see the edge of it.
Okay.
He got there, but boy, it's close.
Jenna and Jed.
This is an easy shot to hit into the upper point. And he did, and it drops. Good shot, Soren. Very good.
You are? What about John? I heard you say something about.
So now you got the 12, and I almost like going from the 12 to the 13 and then back up there. I'm not a big fan of going from that ball in the corner, lower right corner behind Chad here. I'm not a real big fan of going from that one to the 8 ball. You got to draw back up table. You can't really go down to the bottom rail. You bring that solid into play, but I do like going from the 12 to the 13, back up to the 10, and then use the 14 to get back to the 8. The 10 gets to the 8 too, but I don't think you can go from the 12 to the 13 and the 13 to the 14.
All right, they're sneaking their way out here, Mark.
Yep, they're figuring it out. Every rack is kind of a puzzle, and I think Chad has figured out a combination here of how to do it. So with the 10 now, if you're going from the 10 to the 14, you want to shape the 14 in the left side pocket. Go a little bit of center ball and a little bit of left. And just have the left skirt you up table right about to there. You don't want to go really follow. I think left will do the job for you. Because once it grabs that rail right about that third diamond, it's going to shoot you up table. You're going to be straight into the 14.
Thank you, Richard.
I wouldn't even mind if I have a little bit of angle in the 14 to come back down table.
I get closer to 13.
Closer to the 13, it'd be a lot easier to get on the 8 ball. I don't want to draw from where the 14 is. I don't have that kind of a stroke. And if you wanted to, I don't mind this at all. And now you go from the 10 to the 14, 14 to the 8.
He's got to get good on the 14. He's got to roll it up on there. He's got to get on the high side of that line up there.
Yep. With this kind of an angle, he almost brings a scratch into play.
He's good right there.
Yeah.
But he's got to roll up quite a ways. See where
He's got to roll up quite a ways, yeah. But even then, I don't know if he has the angle from there. I think he has to go a little bit higher than that.
Thank you. See you next time. Be right back, and then I'll start the tournament. But
This is an easy shot to undershoot. Come up short on.
Then they can pound it in and come out the rail and come back
Yeah,
down. They got
come back
brought out
around.
of there. Looks like he hit it perfect.
And boy, that's a good spot right there. Beautiful. I like that better than where he was pointing originally.
Yep.
Now he's got an angle to just slide over for the 8 ball.
That's a little $2,000 race to 11 set here. 8,000 for first, 6,000
Yes,
for second.
man.
Thought I keep reiterating that.
So what is on slate for the next one for the Friday nights?
Well, I was
put it
giving that
together
some
yet,
thought
or?
as far as this one was 13.25. I'm thinking hit that one real good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to go higher or lower than 13.25.
Well,
you know what I mean?
We could, maybe it's something we could ask the people on YouTube in the chat to shoot their ideas of what they'd want. Not necessarily that we'll go completely off that, but is it like a higher rating, or do you want to go a little bit lower, or kind of a similar rating? Some of these teams were really, really matched up very well.
That was
3-1.
Nice out right there.
That was a really good out.
13.25. If I did something, I'd either go to 13.35 or maybe bump it down to 13.10. Who knows, something like that. We'll get something together.
So that would give like a 700 and a 610 a chance to play.
So
740 and a 570.
Like a Mark,
like a Mr. Rob Matson. Well, he's like, I think he actually went up to like a 742. Not sure how he hasn't picked up his cues since Vania, but
he's doing a lot of tables. So
yeah, we've been busy.
I gotta run check my grandkids. I'll be
Okay,
right back.
Yep, no problem. So yeah, I'm gonna somewhere my phone is actually I brought a charger, but here it is. I'll get in the chat and see how everyone's doing on there. But again, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're live here at CR Sports Bar. Mark Weaver in the booth, and Mr. Jerry Johnson, of course, bouncing in and out. Busy as a bee as always. And we have Soren and Chad 3-1 over Hank and Austin. The finals of our Scotch doubles. Hey, Kevin. Some people say it is better with the mute on. I ain't mad at you. Oh. Margot the alligator. Soren is playing some really good pool. Plum Dog Millionaire. I like that. Very good. Very good. Proud diamond owners. How Soren got so good. 1100 so us low guys can show this. Jim, you ain't low. Who are you trying to kid? Yeah, 49, Kevin. That is a good number for a Friday night weekly. That's a lot of people, man. And Mark Brown, 1050. Mark Brown, we might have to restrict you from the Facebook chat here, or from the YouTube chat. I don't know what Jerry's going to do. Obviously he's going to make his own decision on what number he's going to do next, but I like the idea of you guys giving some input and telling us what you're looking for. It may have some bearing on it, because I know he's had over the last few years, up and down in the ratings, as far as the cap and everything. But I kind of like the idea of a shootout to where you get a couple of big horses and go like an eight-team matchup, 8-team set or tournament bracket. Be a little bit quicker, but get some of these 700s involved with some really high-rated players and just see what happens. I mean, how often do you get to see like a Rob Matson with a strong partner going up against like a TJ or stuff, or like a Pluto or a Tunjum, or I'm not trying to leave anybody out at all, or Hank the Tank even, I kind of like that in a way too. Those are always fun to call because it's like the elites, but at the same time, I also like the idea, like you're saying, Mark, about, dropping the number down quite a bit and get some of the lower rateds in a shootout. I think with something like that, we probably would look at maybe shortening it up to an 8-team tournament bracket as well, just for time reasons. And I think it'd be an 8-team bracket for 2 high-rated players, just because I don't know if you'd get 16 teams. Once a few of the top dogs kind of pair up with somebody, then the interest in mid-ranges is kind of going to drop a little bit. But, man, it'd be fun to see, wouldn't it? So Austin and Hank, they've been down before. I know this from experience. And certainly capable of coming back from this one. You know, just 2 games early, 3-1, race to 11. The only ball they might have trouble with out here is that 8 ball. Doesn't have a pocket currently. Zach Boss in the house, former winner of this event in a previous tournament. With Mr. Dan Key, one of the nicest and most genuine people you'll meet in pool and outside of pool. Very, hold him in very high regards. Need more Dan Keys in this world, that's for sure. So Austin got a really good angle on the 6 for Hank to roll down with the cue ball, kind of bump that 14-8. It'd be nice if that 8 would open up to where it can go in either pocket. But I think if he runs into it, it's going to open up, you know, fairly open for the lower left corner. You want to make sure you kind of roll into him square, just like that. Man, what a shot. Very nice, Hank. The 8 is very accessible. Didn't put it on the rail, so it's, you know, you don't have to really get down to the bottom rail or anything, or be looking at a thin cut. The 4 leads to the 5. And these are the outs that these guys usually don't have any trouble on at all. I thought that guy was up at Leech Lake. Oh, gotcha. Ryan Janikowski in the house, one of our sponsors as well. Putting up this stream for a few years now. Been around for a long time to see our stream. And we appreciate all the support, all the kind words over the years. Hearing it from everybody across the country. What's that song? I've been everywhere. Yeah, I've been everywhere. But we appreciate it. Certainly a sign that we get some things right. So, but so good out by Hank and Austin. 2-3, race to 11. CR Sportsbar. And a whole slew of events coming up. I know Jerry does have the Amadon Tour. He'll get some more information about that. He's kind of chatting with Ryan right now. So, but so the Amadon Tour. What's do you have any more details about that yet, or is it a one tournament?
No. We're looking at running probably 4 to 5 tournaments.
Okay.
So we want to run some singles, Scotch doubles, and a team event. So we want to mix it up a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're putting everything together. Mech, Billy, and myself are trying to get that all dialed in, and as soon as we get it all ironed out, we'll let everybody know when
That's awesome. That's awesome. Amadon, a great company, a long-time sponsor here on the stream as well, and for the tournaments.
Yep, Mech Panay. Yep.
Thanks a ton over there. You guys have been a big part of the pool community here for a long time. Says a lot when you get that kind of longevity that you're doing a lot of things right.
Well, he shoots at.
Looks like he's going to back cut this 3, right? Oh no, the 6 goes up in the corner.
6 in the corner. Yeah,
you're straight in up there.
If you didn't hear your name called,
I think Hank would be a favorite to make any solid on the table right now except the 4. But there's only 2 balls that he's probably going to shoot at. And I don't mind this back cut here either. Got to be careful where that 1 goes, but the 6 is pretty much straight in.
It's too bad he couldn't miss that 14 and go out and bust out that 4 ball up there, hitting it thin. But he's looking. I don't know.
Going to have to figure something on that ball. I think the 2 will help if they want to go 2 rails off the 2 into the 4, but it's really easy to get stuck up there. I'd leave that 7 up there for sure.
Okay, he was looking at the 2 next. Is that what he pointed at? Now you can point for your player.
Good
shot.
Look
Player, however, you can't coach. There's no coaching.
Yeah, no coaching. Yeah. So when you're at the table, though, you can go around and point for cue and stuff. You can show the entire run out that you want to do.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5 shots out. You can do the whole thing. Yep, everything. So.
But the minute you're away from the table, you're not supposed to stand there or do anything like that. And unfortunately, I was part of a match where that didn't come into play a while back. Somebody had actually said that they felt that was within the rules, but he's one of the nicest guys in pools too.
Yeah,
so.
and he didn't.
No, not at all. We played a lot of 1 pockets in the center. Yeah. I got so much respect for that guy. Man, can he play
Mr. Mike Pankoff.
Yeah, he can play some incredible 1 pocket and carries himself so well around that table and doing a great job over there at Slate and that with those guys. Tip my hat to you, sir. Excellent job for the pool community and the players. always have spoken highly about that facility and what they're doing over there, and it's exciting to see for everybody. More venues and more opportunities for players to get better, to learn. The streams on both facilities just have a chance to reach players and different perspectives. That's invaluable for people here in the community, and we're really glad here at CRs that you guys are somewhat partnered with us, with Dave sponsoring over here a little bit. And so thank you over there. Top notch. Well, Austin, you know what I would do here? You might get stuck back, but I don't mind stop shotting that 4 and kind of playing a safety right there. Unfortunately, you're probably going to get safety really bad coming back, so you're going to have to roll this one in and get down for the 3 ball or the 1. That was a tough spot. That was a tough shot, too. And look at this. Oh, boy. Now, there's a really easy safety right here. And I think Chad will hit this. He graze the 10 gently, run the cue ball into the rail, and just have the cue ball come back out and then freeze on the 10 so that you can't see the 7, you can't see the 1, you can't see the 3. The shot comes up a lot in one pocket where you just kind of tick to one side of the ball and just gently go into the rail. Cue ball comes back out and just snuggles up on the 10 on the right side of it, and you're locked up. Solids would have nothing from there. The only thing they might have from there is they might be able to kick at the 7.
All right, what did I miss, Mark?
Well, Austin had a kind of a tough shot. He was shooting up over a ball. I know how that feels, and ironically, it was a 7 ball. But
playing safe.
Yeah,
here.
that's exactly the
nice
safety
shot.
I was talking about right there. That is great.
Great shot.
I love good safety play like that. Now, Hank does have a kick on the 7. It is pocketable even, but this is tough.
Well, I don't know about that.
And I've seen Hank.
Man.
I've seen Hank in one of these matches kick off the end row and cut a ball on the side, and I've seen Austin kick from the side row and cut an 8 ball in the corner. So these two can kick. The 7 will go. There is a path there to make the 7. There you go. Yep. Or is he going to go 4-7?
I missed what happened because I had to do a payout for one of our E-tabs. It was a small payout. However, I was telling her what happened in May 14th. Craig hit 62,700 on E-tabs, and then 2 weeks later hit 62,900 on E-tabs here.
Whoa! The same guy?
Same guy.
Oh.
I was telling the lady a story about it, so
her
eyes got big.
If that happened to me, I'd be probably camped out at Buffalo's and be calling somebody up here for bus fare coming back before too long.
We have a lot of E-tab winners up here at CRs.
Yeah, you do.
All right, let's see what we have here.
Well, Soren up a game, real early still. And I think this one will pretty much stay within a couple of games of each other. Both teams do have a guy that breaks, so that can really kind of put some racks together, but I just don't think it's going to be that kind of a match. Oh, good shot, man. Good shot. Unfortunate kind of spot. Not really. I mean, the 15 goes in the upper left, goes in the upper right too, but man, what a shot, Soren. Now, how about this? How about taking that 15 off the 7, opens up that pocket for the 12 ball. That is the play. This is a hard shot for me. Whenever the ball's like a little bit outside the pocket, not like by the point, but where it is right now, I have a hard time shooting off that ball. It seems so unnatural to aim that far outside the pocket. Yeah. But that's a bucket over there. If you catch anywhere on that left side of the 7, that ball's in, and your 12 goes, it should be rack over. Is he going to try the 10 instead?
I think he's looking at the 10. I don't know if he likes being jacked up over the 8 for that 15, to be honest with you. And then if you do go forward, I mean, you're going near that side hole. You could bump the 9 and get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might not have nothing after that anyway.
Yeah, and you're back cutting and elevated, all those things. Makes it a lot tougher. It's easy up here in the booth, though. Just do this, Chad. Just shoot it off the 7. Run up there, and you're good. I don't know if can he make the 10 from there? Yeah, he can.
And Soren made a nice shot on that 14, too. Sometimes you just don't go far enough or too short, Too short, too long.
Now he can actually get a pretty good cue ball if he goes low like he just did. He doesn't have to really elevate. He can get a cue ball right to the left side of the 8 ball.
Then that's probably the shot. If he wants to punch it to move that 7, he can go off the rail and out for the 10.
Yep. I think that's going to be the one he ends up shooting here. Because you're going to have to do something to get that 12 ball. I don't really like going from the ball in the end row and moving the 12 ball because you have to be almost perfect on that end row ball to move that 12. If you're a little bit steep, you're not getting on it. You almost have to be like almost on that 7 ball would be ideal. I don't know what they're discussing here.
What's he waiting on here?
I don't know.
I think was he waiting on?
Took a sip of something. I think somebody was on the table next to him,
okay.
behind him.
Okay.
In fact, I think somebody might have even bumped into him accidentally. But
yeah, I gotta tell these guys to be careful over there. Hold on, I'll bring it back.
yeah, if he can get down on it, like, oh, he's gonna take the 10. This will get him on that 11 in a pretty good spot. Unless, you got to get over though. That's all right. 9 will get you back there to the 11. 11 can move the 12, but you're going to have to be almost on that first diamond on the upper left corner there. You're going to have to be almost within a diamond of that end rail to be able to put some right angle and spin into the 12 off that 11. The 15 will not go in the lower left corner though. It's too bad that Chad had to shoot over that ball. I think if he had a full cue ball, he would have took that ball off the 7. I think that was the right shot, but I don't blame him for not shooting it. It had to just feel uncomfortable, that bridge that he had.
Okay, what did he shoot the 10, or is that what he did?
Yeah, he shot the 10 and ended up there. Came out a little bit late.
How can he thin the 9?
I think he hit
Come
the
back
10
over here for the 11 ball.
I think so. Yeah, when he shot the 10, I think he just hit it a little bit full. And then the cue ball ended up coming across a little bit late. But I think he does have to shoot the 9. Ideally, get almost like at that first diamond on the upper left side row there, closest to the corner pocket. Is he going to do a safety? Interesting. And that goes in the lower right corner pocket, though.
Yeah, it does.
Not an easy shot, don't get me wrong, but it does have a pocket down there. Derek Carlson in the house. Mike Quackenbush. Boy, there's a lot of people here. There is a lot of people here.
Yes, there
This
is.
Friday night one. There's a lot of people. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate everybody out in the stream. Some of our longtime viewers who've been around for a few years with us, and we always appreciate the support. I've always said this about this place. It's a mecca of pool in the upper Midwest, and that is not to downplay what anybody else or different entities or services here in the metro does for the pool community. We are blessed here in the Twin Cities. We really are. There's so many great opportunities for players to compete in various leagues, tournaments offered everywhere. M8, Venia leagues, etc. And we're blessed. So we are proud, and I'm honored to be able to do my part that I can on the stream here and help people out, give you a little laugh every time and then, maybe scratch your head even too. But thanks a bunch, everybody. Austin Olson at the table. I know you don't want to shoot that 4, but I think everybody that's watching on the stream says that you might have to shoot that 4, Austin. Trust your stroke, buddy. Just trust your stroke. Cue ball will come back out, put you on the 7. Oh, that's not a bad spot, though, right there. That's not a bad spot for a miss. The 9 does go on the side. It goes in the corner, too. But I like that, just kind of rolling the 9 on the side, and then the 12 gets you over to the 7 with the cue ball. Then you're on the stripe up there. What is that, 11?
Yeah.
And then you just come down for the 15. But this 9 on the side is not.
Tough shot.
Yeah, it is not a slam dunk, that's for sure.
And you got to leave an angle on that.
Yep.
Ball.
As long as you stay over on the right side of the ball, you're
Nice
good.
shot.
Yeah.
Man, he's just firing them in.
Now just with some draw, maybe a little bit of left, or even some right, because the right will kill the cue ball over there and then slide right into the 7 with the cue ball off this 12. Tendency is to hit it with some outside. The thing with the outside is if you catch the rail first, you're going to zip off that 7 and leave yourself a pretty steep shot on that 11. If you hit this with some low right and go into the 7 with the cue ball is going to plant there. It feels weird going that way with it because, outside is always an easier way, but inside English right here will, I think, give him a better result. Good shot. He didn't even touch the 7. Man, that is nice. Great touch, Soren. Well done. Well done. Both teams are in here for a little while before the match, working on some things. I know Soren and Chad were playing some 10 ball. I think they said they did some banks and just hitting a lot of balls. So they've had ample time on both sides of the table there to warm up. And this really gives a good angle to get on the 15. I think on the left there was a tournament player just finishing up a shot. Very nice. Well, Chad, a little bit of center ball maybe, a touch of outside, which would be left here, and just come right up off that rail.
Maybe bottom left, spin it in,
Yep.
come off that second rail. Even.
Come up right about by the side pocket. And right about there. 8 should go by the 3, right? Yeah. It's tight, but I think it does go by there.
I got to go talk to 16.
Okay. Or maybe it doesn't go back. Doesn't go to the lower left corner. If it doesn't go to the lower left corner, you're going to have to go to the right side rail with this cue ball and try to come underneath it. Or you can draw up to the upper right side rail and go 2, maybe 3 rails with the cue ball, but I don't know if I like that. I think if you go up table and try to get back on the 8, you're going to end up having a bank or even a tougher cut. Whoever this is, though, with Route 66 shirt on is blocking our view of that corner pocket. Watch this. He's going to go a couple rails, ain't he? Nope. Put it up there. That's all right. If it goes. So Chad Plumley at the table. And, again, his partner, Soren. Upper left corner, you got Hank the Tank and Austin Olson. We're early here. Race to 11. Friday night tournament's underway. There's a ton of people, 49 entered. So I don't think it goes.
All right. I had to go talk to someone over there about getting in the way. What did he shoot? He shot the 15 in the right corner.
Yeah.
Right, but cue ball come out the. How did he?
No, he I don't know what sure he was
trying to
do.
hold it. Would it did
yeah,
it?
he tried to hold it, and the cue ball just kind of floated up in the middle of the table there, and kind of left Chad in a worse spot than where if he'd have followed forward maybe and tried to get underneath it. But I don't know if Chad's going to try to back cut this 8 ball. There is a bank to the upper right corner pocket, but yeah, he's trying to back cut this ball. Watch this thin cut. Well, good try. Good try. That was a tough shot, man.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Now, a great opportunity to tie this match up.
I think Chad might have been better served there to back cut bank that in the upper right corner. The percentage on that cut from there is, I mean, I'm not the best at math, but it's got to be pretty low. We're not always right here in the booth. Never claim to be. We're just, but I just don't know if that was the right shot on that one. I think Chad, after he watches this, will probably agree. But the back cut bank in the corner was not easy either. I'm just saying. You think that thin cut on that 8 like that percentage was awful low. That was tough to execute. Hank the Tank. Shot. Might have got Austin straight into this
All right,
ball.
the payout for tonight's tournament, $360 for first, $240, $150, $110, $75, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, $55, 9th through 12, $45. Race to 2 both sides.
Oh, what a tournament. Jesus. Look at all that cheddar up for grabs.
We got Bob Reimer and Emily watching from Arizona. Bob, hope you're doing okay. I just got I got the text. I was busy, didn't see it. So
They always tune in. We always appreciate you down there. Thank you. Get
And they are
people
watching.
tuning in from around the country.
yeah, you guys have a great 4th too. Thank you.
Around the country, Canada, worldwide, Jerry. 3-ball leads to the 8. Just follow the cue ball up to the upper end rail and should have a tied match again. I'll tell you what, and it's really to their testament, but Hank and Austin just don't go away.
They just keep battling.
Yeah, they just don't go away.
These young studs, you know.
Good shot, good out.
3-3.
3-3. Now we're looking at a race to 8. Now, what are the odds that if they get to Hill, they say, let's put it all in the middle and flip again? So 3-3. Take a quick player break here. We'll be right back. Mark Weaver in the booth with Jerry Johnson. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Be right back. Thank you.
With 200 added by John Hutton, Primo Construction, and 100 added to first place with Sierras. We got 360 for first, 240 for second, 150 for third, 110 for fourth, fifth, sixth, 75, seventh and eighth, 55, 9th through 12, $45. $1,300 payout for a little race to 2 at CR Sportsbar. Thanks for playing at CR Sportsbar.
Martin Birch, Don Redepenning, table 21. Abraham, Oakley Reyes, table 20. Bob Pike, Corey Swenson, table 16. Lucas Busha, Sean Holmes, table 14. Tristan Vorderbergen, Rod Urbanski, table 19. Hal Herr, Zach Voss, table 7. Mike Quackenbush, John Donegal, table 6.
All right, we are back. Quick little player break right there. Andrew Schlosser, that's not a really bad idea. I've been sharing that with Jerry and then also Mark Brown. That's not a bad idea either. That sounds actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
One thing I mentioned to Jerry is that, and something like that, maybe we do 8 teams instead of 16, and the higher, the upper, lower, or if it's a mixed with a male, female. And
Yeah,
then it's,
I like both ideas. Good ideas, Andy and Mark Brown.
Somehow I
Let's
lost
see what we
my-
come up with here. Might be a good idea. If you do a upper and lower division, you could have the 8 teams in the lower and 8 in the top, obviously, and then that's their bracket, and then just do 8 teams instead of 16, and
Yep.
have a high entry fee.
Yep.
Yeah. That way we get a chance for everybody to play. Good idea, downtown Mark Brown. All right, look at this, Mark. Made a ball. All right, 12 ball don't go in the upper right. 7 balls on the spot. I got to maneuver a little bit
Well,
here.
the 12 I think is pretty accessible off the 15, and if Hank shoots his 10, draws back like maybe a half a ball, that 15 with a outside English on that 15, you can kill it and get right on that 12.
He's looking at it right
12
now.
leads you to the 13. 13 will get you on the 11. That might be a kind of a tough one. 13 to 11
Yeah,
is kind of
that's tough to get on that one for sure.
But they might not have any of their options, though.
We got Big Tom Paterka listening from St. Cloud. Tom, hope that golf game is good this year.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. So now here's another route. You could take the 15, draw back, and try to get an angle on that 11 where you could go to the end rail. Then you take the 13 and draw back in on the 12. It's going to take some cue ball control here to get out on this table. But if they get on that right side over there, the 12 leads to the 13, 13 leads to the 12.
Peyton Bernard, thanks for tuning in. Peyton Bernard's tuning in.
Hey, Peyton, thanks for tuning in. Regular viewer, we appreciate you. You always have good, kind words, too. Thank you.
And I am working on something that's going to be really, really big for pool. I'm hoping to get this deal done here. I'm just chopping at the bit, everybody.
Does that sponsor me to go on the road and play one pocket?
Well,
are you finally crumbling, Jerry? Did I finally melt the ice?
I'll be honest. I'm working on something. I'm trying to donate $1 million a year back to pool.
My goodness.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you've mentioned that a few times,
Yeah,
and I tell you what, if that goes through, it is going to be awesome for everybody. What did he?
I wonder what he was thinking there.
What did he play to here? Is he going? Did he play to bank to 12?
Perfect.
I think he did. I think he played to either bank to 12 or maybe they're going to safety on the 3. No, he's got a bank on the 12. I'm going to be curious, though, if they get in the 13, how they're going to get from the 13 to the 11. That's going to be a tough. Well, that's how you do it right there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, he rattled the ball.
Wow.
Man, what an attempt. What an attempt. And look at that cue ball. That'll put you on the 13.
Oh,
man, what a good try.
yes, it was.
Caught a hanger. I know how that feels. Oh, my.
Brandon, what's up, B?
Your voices sound crisp and smooth tonight. Sounds like Howard Cosell calling you Billy Action. Jesus, Lefty.
Oh, that's funny.
Lefty. I miss seeing you, buddy. I don't know where you've been, but I might
Been
have
busy working.
You've been busy working, man. I might have to come by and harass or say hi to you. I know where you work, so. One of the better guys in pool there, too, Lefty. Good man.
Yes, he is. Brandon, give me a call. Let's go golfing.
Yeah, man. I'll go down there to the Wilds?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Talk to Kenny. Let's do it. Either that or we jump in a plane and go somewhere. Brandon, let me know.
Well, I don't know about that. So.
You've been in there once?
I've been in there. Yeah, once was enough. It's like riding a moped, you know. I'm good. I did it one time.
You even flew the plane, Mark.
Yeah, actually. That was a lot of fun. I thank you for that, Jerry. That was a lot of fun.
Let's see what they pull out here.
It's very easy to oversteer up there in that air.
Yeah.
I've driven boats, I've driven snowmobiles, but holy cow, you just touch that thing a little bit and you're moving.
I wasn't going to let anything happen to us, believe me.
If ever it was, and all the people you took up there, it was probably when I was at the wheel. So, is that what they call it? Is it even called a wheel or was
yoke?
It? Yoke. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out then. But you take a lot of people up, and that's a lot of fun for everybody. It really is. Hunter, he got his license.
Yes, he did. He's on his way to being a commercial pilot.
Yep, Hank's brother.
Yep.
Good for you, young man.
Good pilot. He's doing real good.
Yep. And a great person, too.
Yes.
You had a bright future ahead of you, Hunter. Absolutely. So 3-3, race to 11. Race to 8 now. And we have a entry in the Friday night tournament, a young junior player as well. And I tell you what, I mentioned it before with the juniors. All 4 of these players came from the junior programs. And it's exciting. There's some. I could spend the entire stream, which I know none of you would probably enjoy for a little bit, but talking about the junior players. And I've mentioned them multiple times over the last few years. It's really amazing how well behaved and how competitive they are too. You start way back in the day with April. You got Kennedy. I mean, there's just a list of the juniors from here, and Pool's going to be in good hands for years to come. That's for sure. Well represented up here. So 6-3 combo. Should end up with a 1 or the 4. Now, decisions. The 4 is going to float the cue ball away from the 6 and the 7. The 1, you can bring the cue ball back across the table at those. I don't know if I really recommend that because I don't want to move that 8. I want that 8 to stay where it is. I don't want to push it up table any because it makes it tougher to get on. And I think if you shoot the 1 and try to float over there, you run that risk. I don't mind taking
the follows that 6 right now.
Followed into that corner pocket up there.
I mean, you're not going to leave nothing.
That's not a bad idea.
6 stays in the hole.
Yep. And I kind of like drawing back a little bit off that and leaving a tough bank on the 13, but they can't do anything with the 11. Oh, look at this shot. That's pretty good. But 50-yard line maybe. So now Chad can just go some low left, put the cue ball over to the left rail, and then go 2 rails with the 7 down the lower left corner. I don't think you kill the ball over there because you're going to end up on that end rail. How about you make the 9 off this and then bring the cue ball back up table? That'd be a nice shot, too.
Be a hell of a shot.
But really risky. Anytime I try to move a ball to a pocket like that, I always follow it right.
Yeah, you hit it perfect and it goes right in.
I think, well, it'd be great to move that ball out of it. Nah, just follow it in with the cue ball instead. So much easier. At least if I do that, and I know I executed the shot, because in my mind I'm saying, if you shoot that, you're going to follow it in with the cue ball. Then I execute it, so.
This comes my granddaughter.
I think she was surprised to see me when she came around the corner. Aw. Are you going to take over the stream?
I got my granddaughter sitting on my lap in the booth here.
Oh, adorable. So it's 3-3, race to 11, and as expected, a little bit tighter this match, and also a little bit more time players are taking, between shots, and I cannot blame them. It's not like some of these tables are just laid out like a roadmap. You have to work at these tables, and it'll definitely take a little bit more time in between shots. Oh, that is a great picture, Jerry. That's beautiful. I'm sure that'll go up on. That's great. That's a great shot. Are you on the stream? Should we put your mic on? Let's put your mic on.
Kennedy.
You don't seem so sure about me.
Look at it. You got it.
Future commentator photo right there. Oh, that's a great shot too. And you got my thin side as well, so I appreciate that. You got my thin side, John. I appreciate that, man.
Dude, you only have good side.
Now you're just trying to sweet talk me. Oops, I'm sorry, Katie. 3-3, race to 11. Chad Plumley at the table. Boy, this is a tough decision here. Nothing really stands out like, oh, this will make it easy. The only shot really he's going to have that makes sense would be the 6. However, he could take the 4 in the lower right corner, hit it with some outside, and kill the cue ball on the lower left side rail. Right about the 3rd diamond where the cue ball would hit. The cue ball comes out. You get an angle on the 6 to float up to the end rail, and then you get on the 7. The problem with that, though, that 7 does not lead to the 8. So really better angle would be to get over to the left side rail, bring the cue ball out about a diamond, take the 6 in the upper right corner and run the cue ball into the 8. And if the cue ball runs into the 8, you're straight in on the 7 in the right side pocket.
Okay.
Or you run into it right now. I don't mind that shot. I'll go up to the end rail, hit it with some inside follow, and come into the 8 ball and move everything. I think that's what he's doing. I got in your mind, Chad. Yep, that's what he's doing. Oh, he tried to break that ball out of there, too. Man, that was a good try. That was such a good try.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness, that was
They're
a good
all right.
try.
Well.
Yep. Still good. Still good. I think he can take the 4 and get back enough to where Chad can take the 7 and either move the 8 or get it in between the 8 and the 11.
I wonder if he has a little angle on this 4 ball.
Or you can just snap bank that 7 right now and come 2 rails for shape with the cue ball. And he's going to move the 8 right now.
Right now.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, he's going to let her buck.
Not a bad idea at all. Uh-oh.
Well.
Oh, boy. That's
where you got to be
unfortunate.
careful. I mean, that's
Yep.
what little Joe talks about the tangent line so much. You really need to know where you're hitting on that 8 ball to move it.
Yep. And you wanted the cue ball to go into the 8 ball and stay either in that area of the table or come down table, because the 4 goes in 5 pockets if you come down the table. Hindsight's always 20/20 though. So.
Oh yeah.
But I like the attempt. I think that was the right shot. Now I think he can cut the 4 ball. I don't think he can make it though. No, he can't. He can't see enough of it to make it. No.
I think he's going to hit it too thin.
I've always. Well, that's going to be almost impossible to do.
Do I get down?
Jump and land on the 4. I've seen one guy. Well, I know it's happened often, more than I've seen, but I've seen one guy do it here before at CRs. It was years ago, and it was Shane Van Boning. He jumped the ball where the ball was close to it, and he landed on top of the ball.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
He only had that little space to land on the top of it, and just this side of it, and he made the ball in the corner and got shape. It was unbelievable. And I was like, I think it was an A or a double A at the time, and I was just so blown away by that. So if you picture it, he had a ball almost like to where the 4 and the 8 is, but the cue ball wasn't that far back, and he jumped and landed on the edge of the 4 with a legal hit and made the 4 in the lower left corner. Not the same shot, but that's kind of an idea of the jump shot he did. Unbelievable. I mean, it's believable because you've seen it, but my God, those guys just do some things that it's so amazing. When you see watch some pros and some of the things they do. I mean, we were blessed. We have some strong players around here, but the separation of like the pros and it is just massive.
Yeah, Bob.
You take.
I could just say, Hayden, you're the only one.
Okay.
Noah.
Kick on the 4.
Emma brought me a water.
Nice. Oh. Oh my gosh, that's great. Oh my goodness. Good hit. Oh, he might have been able to make that ball. He might have been able to make that ball. If he would have had to put a lot of inside on that to throw it, but he might have had a chance to make that ball.
I don't think I'm going to need to. We've already.
Austin Olson at the table.
I think we're doing good right now.
Boy, this is a tough little layout right here, though.
Yes, it is.
If you shoot the 11,
13 ball's in your favorite spot.
yeah, it's my nemesis ball. Well, one of my nemesis. I got a lot of them now. But the worst thing that can happen here is this ball follows it in,
He's got to
or
be careful.
goes to the rail and comes back up on the side rail and doesn't leave him a shot like that.
Oh, he's all right.
Oh no, that'll work. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got it. Good,
Yeah.
good. And this will.
But that could have got away real quick.
Yep.
If you hit that little thinner ball, shoots down.
Yeah,
farther.
it comes up another roll or
That was
two,
a pretty
and then you're
gutsy
looking at
shot.
the
I'm
bank.
surprised he didn't go off the rail and shoot that ball and come over for the 13.
And
But
this ball will lead right over to that right side rail and put him straight onto that ball. This is a really good spot right here with the cue ball. Oh, he missed it. Oh,
No, he
and he
didn't.
did make it. Oh, my goodness.
Hi.
Do you want me to bring another stool?
So 3-3. Austin on the 12 ball to get on the 8. It's elevated a little bit, and people who watch the stream know what can happen when you elevate a little bit. Makes that pocket a little bit tougher. Oh, and he missed that one by a lot. It's gonna tie it up though. It's gonna tie it up. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yep. Oh, look at those little pink Crocs she's got on. Those things are cute. Got Jerry's granddaughters on the stream now, and one of them actually has a headset on. What did you think of that shot?
Say hi.
Hey.
Oh, hi. Hello, everybody out there.
That's my 2-year-old granddaughter. Go get mom.
Wow, what
You
a
got a treat?
what a tough miss by Austin, but also what an unfortunate roll for Soren and Chad. And you got to be real careful where you're going to leave this for Hank, because Hank can.
Oh, look at this.
Now
look
at
this.
this now.
Oh.
Oh, it's almost like the parting of the Red Sea there.
I'll tell you what, though.
Man, that
This
was
is a tough shot right here.
Yeah. Yep. Man, what a turn of events that was. It's an easy ball
Stay
to
down and
jam.
stroke this one in. Man, he hit that one.
Yeah. Look at that shot.
Hit that one
I think
real
I can
good
make
right
that
there.
from there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm out from here, Jerry. These are the outs I need right here.
Sometimes they're a little closer, a little tricky, too.
Yeah,
You got to be
yep.
careful.
Yep. Just trust your contact point and
Yeah, the cue
protect
ball's
the
gotta
cue
run
ball,
off
and
the
you're good to
end rail.
go.
So I say they're a little tricky on.
Good shot.
good shot.
Stroked it well, too.
Let's see that shot by Hank right there. Watch him stroke this one. He gets through the ball real good right here. Look at nice,
Yep.
smooth.
A little bit of left on it.
Yep, hit
Beautiful.
that one real good
Nicely
right there.
done.
Hank the Tank, ladies and gentlemen. Now they go up 4-3 and breaking. All right. 4-3.
So Austin Olson racking him in at the table. Now, this guy has had one of the better breaks along with Soren. The thing about this is that the two guys that, in my opinion, have broke the best during this entire tournament are playing for the finals right now.
Yep. Absolutely.
And oftentimes it does come down to just, the person breaking a little bit better, whether singles or team or whatever. They're usually going to be victorious as long as, things don't go too awry.
It's too bad they couldn't fire that.
That 5-3 is wired.
5-3 is wired, but they don't have a good shot on the solids
Yeah,
to start, so
nothing
they're
on
definitely taking
solids.
the stripes. They got a little maneuvering to do here.
Yeah, they got to take the 10 on the side. I think the 10 will get you out to the 14. Or if you roll forward enough, you might even be able to get on the 9. It's not an easy shot, but if you get a window between that 13-6 and the 9 off this 10 ball, I think you have to shoot it. He might even be coming down table. See, now I think you
13
I think you
bottom
have
left.
to shoot that 9.
Absolutely. The 9?
Yep, I think so. You might not get back down. The 13 goes.
13.
No, take the 13, then
Yeah,
the
you
9.
slide over, you can bump the 6, or you can hold it there. Yeah, because the 13's in a tough spot,
13,
too.
then the 9, and then that'll get you on the 14. And you might have to bank that 8 ball cross side. Banks like that, though, if you're playing regular pool, no matter what level, you should practice those so that you're able to make that 8 cross side
Just need to be confident.
consistently.
Yep.
You don't have to bank from everywhere, but those balls like that, you need to learn those shots. It's going to come up for you. You're going to have to shoot them at some point. I think you ought to trust it, Austin. Don't worry about the 9. You get Hank on the 9, he's going to get on that ball. And I think the 12, if you get up mid-table, I think the 12 might even go on the left side. It's too bad that 13's gone already, though, because that angle on the 9 is really good to go 2 rails and get in that 14.
He shoots that 13 now, they can
Yep.
shoot the 9. But he's rolling forward, looks like. He's going to move the 4. Just like that.
Well, you go down to 15 though,
Yeah.
and then come back for it. That's a good shot.
Now,
I like that.
does that 14 go on the right side? If
I
he
think
gets up
it,
high?
Yeah, I think it goes on the side, but I think he's going to shape for the upper corner.
Jim Coffey, Lucas, table 13.
Just because I kind of like going on the upper corner with it.
Oh,
Puts
yeah.
me on the 12.
I just was wondering if it
yeah,
went
and
on
from
that
that
side.
12, I
Looks
think it sets up really
Yeah.
good for that bank in the 8. I mean, you can get over on the rail and then shoot the 8 in the lower left corner, but I don't like getting over there.
There's a key shot on the rack right now.
And if he doesn't like getting there, he could
come
possibly
back
go
up
up and
late.
get on the 14, on the side. He should walk around and take a look at that and see if it
Might
does
have a
go.
little
Because I
more
think
room.
I think it's almost a bigger window up there.
Yeah, I think you have more room.
He's going to have to hit this with inside and kill the cue ball a little bit and just get above the 6 ball. There's a lot of touch in this one here.
Table 20.
Hank might have a little bit of a
Just
back
don't
cut of this
spin it
14.
too much. Which he
Oh, wow. How do you hit that ball?
hit that one real good.
Man, very nice, Austin. That'll work. That'll work. He hit that ball
one
good.
Yes,
I
he
mean,
did.
it was controlled. It had enough spin off that bottom rail just to get right. Man, I'm impressed with that. That is not an easy ball. Some of these shots these guys are making, it's they make it look really, really easy, but we got to give credit to them. They're executing very, very well.
Is that 6 going to hinder him at all, or is he kind of? Has he got to jack up a little bit, or looks like
think
he's
he's
okay
got a
there?
good cue ball,
He's
yeah.
okay there. Yeah.
And Hank will be banking the 8, it looks like, unless he gets an angle. Yep, he's going to bank the 8. Don't try to do too much here. Just stop shot, give Hank the bank, and
I think he's got a little angle though. Hank wanted to draw that ball back a little bit to leave more flat. Now he's got a little
maybe.
angle.
He
The
might
ball-
have.
the
He
cue
might have
ball's
tried
going
to.
away.
He might have tried to draw back so he could follow through and get over on the side rail there. But you're just going to have to pinch this with some outside and hold the cue ball as much as possible.
Yeah, because you are laying for the bank right now.
And then leave Hank with a good look at it. Oh, hold up.
Kind of got away there.
Yeah,
See,
kinda
he had a
got away
little more
bit.
angle there.
Yep.
See,
Yeah, he did. That's all right, Hank. You got this. Outside English. Help turn the 8 back. Cue ball will be safe. You're going to run into the 5.
yeah, you got to be careful. What if he hits that rail, hits it thin, and goes off the
Well, then there is
Free ball.
there is a scratch maybe in the upper right corner, but only if he hits it
Upper left
really
corner.
bad.
What
Oh,
I-
you called
what I-
it.
what I say.
You called it. Well done, Jerry. Well
Now
done.
that's not a loss.
Nope. Well done. And really, that kind of happened with Hank
he
not
got-
getting back on
yeah.
that 14 enough.
Yeah,
He had a good
Oh,
cue
yep,
ball on
yep.
that too. He just had to draw back a little bit. Because I think from where you were on that, you'd almost better drawing back too much than not enough, where Hank was. Because if you draw back too much, you can always just back cut, roll up to the upper end of the rail, and come back and set yourself up in the bank. But what do we got going over here on the table 11?
Well, they got a little ring game going over there. A little ring game on Friday night.
Man, that was a missed opportunity there.
Lance Waters III, Jenna Rivard, table 8.
So just clean them up. You gotta love it when you're competing, whether you're singles or team or whatever, Scotch doubles, etc. You gotta love every now and then getting a rack where you just gotta clean them up. Nothing. Oh, he almost rattled that ball. Nothing's really in the way. You just gotta pocket balls, and it definitely helps you get in stroke a little bit. But it also feels really good to just kind of have a little cleanup rack, That's a good shot.
Should tie this match up and be breaking.
4-4. It should be race to 7 here coming up. Eric McFeeder's in the house. Ring game on table 11. Every table's active. Abraham's even here. Abraham's even here. All the time he wanted to play one pocket the last few years. Here I've got this time this afternoon, and he'd rather eat his potato chips.
Yes, yes, yes.
He loves those chips. It's just funny. He's always got a tray of chips with him. 4-4, race to 11. CR Sportsbar. $14,000 in the prize fund for these two teams. $6,000 for second, $8,000 for first. And they've had a long road to get here. There's been a lot of tournaments going on in between. Did this? Am I right in remembering? Didn't this tournament start before MoMA?
It might have.
Didn't we have to pause for MoMA? I think
we had
so.
to pause for all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
there was a lot of stuff going on. We had M8, I think, for a couple weekends out there. We had
Those big tournaments all over.
we've had Vanilla. People were out sick. I think Chad had Ebola a while back or whatever it was that he had. But we're at the finish line, folks. We made it. Right before the 4th of July. So Soren Erickson at the table breaking. King Kong, Soren.
King Kong Bundy here.
Look at that left arm he's got extended just straight. Smash. Got a ball on the side. And cue ball is buried.
Oh, safety break.
That's going to be tough.
Race to 7 for all the cash.
I don't see any shot here. And boy, it's going to be tough to get a safety here, too.
You shoot the 4 down the bottom left.
If he can see it,
If he wants to take it
yeah,
out.
he can see it. Yep. He can see it to cut it.
Unless he can try to lay him somewhere.
You know, with this Simonis and the equipment today, I mean, all you have to do is hit that contact point, and that ball has to go. I don't know. Boy, that's a tough shot. But I think you have to trust that, trust your stroke. And
So I just want to tell you that real quick.
I would agree with what you said. Yes, off air.
If they only knew what we were talking about when we turned the mics down.
Oh my!
Well, you know. Look at
Good
this shot.
Look at that
this
ball.
shot. Wow.
No, Soren could do a really nasty
Might
safety
have the
right
2
here.
ball right here too.
He
Yeah, you
could
could
roll
stick him.
the 3 forward and tuck the cue ball behind that 7, or just take the 2. I like the 2 because if you slide over, you're on the 5. 5 gets you on the 1. Yeah, I kind of like just taking the 2 and getting out from here. Although there is one incredible safety off that 3 ball. Because you technically, on that 3 ball, you could roll into that. 3 ball comes up and it could lock the cue ball in between the 3 and 7. You might not even be able to kick at anything. That is like a really nasty spot for that cue ball up there, but I would agree with shooting the 2.
I think he's thinking,
10 is-
let's get out here. He's
10's
thinking.
making it a little bit tight, but there's a lot of room there.
There is. Better plays with your mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of room. Slide over to the left of the 5, take that. Hopefully that gets you right in the 1. Oh, he missed it.
That 10 ball played a factor,
Yeah,
I'm
it
telling
did.
you.
Yep. And they moved the 12 over, so it's opened up a little bit more. Oh, boy. And these are the racks from experience that these two pounce on. It's almost like they say, if you don't want to win this game, we will. We'll take this one.
Yeah, I like that safe you're talking about for sure.
Yeah, just
You roll up, and then that 3 ball comes
gently
back
roll the
off,
3.
and then because then
Yep.
it blocks that kick.
you're
and
stuck up there so bad.
they call it stuck like Chuck.
Yep. Yeah, you literally might not be able to kick at anything. You might be frozen between the 3-7, or you can't even shoot legally at any ball.
Yeah, now Hank's looking at rolling up just a little bit. It looks like I play that 12 on the side.
Or get over to the rail
Nice
even and
little
take the
touch
13.
shot. Oh, he's, okay.
Oh, he missed it.
Wow.
That might be the first shot he's missed in 3 matches. Wow, did not see that coming. And look where his cue ball is. If he'd have made the ball, the cue ball might be in a different spot. But right now, he would have had no shot.
Yeah,
Austin.
that's why I say I'm wondering if you just roll up gently.
Yeah,
and play
gently
it on the side.
lay in the 12, yeah. He might have been trying to go into the rail and come back out, though, to get on the 12. He hit that kind of with some good pace. Oakley, he's, you
What's
might
that?
not want to watch his shot on 17, Jerry. No, he's all right now. He was
okay.
elevated almost at a 90 with his cue
Yeah.
at one point. I was thinking, well, we might have to replace the cloth on 17 here. You take that combo right now? 7-3. If you're gonna shoot, you're gonna have to shoot at some point. And I kind of like shooting it when there's a ball right in front of the hole, like the one ball.
He is going to take the combo, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like shooting from where it was, just because that one ball is sitting like a duck. You never really know how this. I mean, things can go awry here off this combo. I think he'll end up taking the 7 though in the right upper corner pocket. It looks like a combo where you can hit with a follow right. The 7 will stay right there. Cue ball goes over to the left side where that chalk is, and then you just take the 7 in the upper right corner.
I think the 7's going to, the 7's going to come off. He's at angle on
Going to
so it's
float
gonna
into
come
the
off
rail and come
back
off
out.
some.
So he might, if he hits high ball, comes up 3, he plays the cue ball here and plays 7 ball
I think
upper right.
I think Chad should have shot that combo from where he was. I like that the 1 was still there off this combo. Could take the 6 too, but you're going to have to deal with this 7-3 eventually. So cue ball right over at that chalk is predicted, but
Wow.
yeah, you're right. The 7 came up off that rail
Yep.
pretty far, but Chad straight in the 6 almost. This will work out for them. 6 gets you on the 7. 7 will get you on the 2. And 2 to the 8.
What's up, Bundy?
He does have the 5 out there as well. My eyes are failing me right now. Yeah,
All right,
they got
what
the
we
5
at
ball
here?
to deal with too.
Oh, yeah. He played at, looks like, are they on solids, right?
Yep.
Played at 6, 2, 5, 7, 8.
Yep, roll forward around the 6 and then get on the 2. Now, if he rolls forward in the 6, yeah, he'll miss the 5. He ain't going to bump the 5.
Play
with
the
cue ball.
deuce.
I hope he's not trying to cut the 7. Yeah, there you go.
No. Yeah, unless he has a little angle where you said it might
Yeah,
nudge the
if he
5, you got to
nudges
be
the 5.
careful.
Yeah.
I think he's
You
all
got to
right,
nudge it enough to where it just opens
Plenty
up.
of
Oh,
room.
yeah, plenty
Plenty
of
of
room.
room.
You missed it, though? Oh, whoa.
Now he left a little angle on the deuce, so now he's got to move some balls, see? So now he can draw into that 5 if he wants and move it down, and they'll still have a shot on the 7.
I like that. Draw back. Just try to hit the 5 right in the numbers with the cue ball. If you hit the 11 a little bit, it's not going to throw things awry. The 5 will still clear. You'll be on the 7. And if you draw into the 5 by itself, you should be straight in on the 7 and just float up to the table to get on the 5.
Let's hit that
So
5 flush.
Should be very manageable to
Yes.
get out here.
There's a little Joe comes in right here.
Yep.
Know where the cue ball's going. You want lessons you need to get with little Joe Villalpando. Contact me and I'll get you in touch with him. You will learn where the cue ball's going. Kicks, banks, tangent line. Oh yeah, he's real good at that stuff.
Father-son tourney, but Jerry has to play with Jeff, Tyler Anderson said.
Nice try and playing with Stevie.
Corey Swenson. Skip Strong, table 12.
Well, what do you feel more comfortable with here? I like 7 to the 5. I don't like elevating over that ball. I mean, the 7 will be an easy one to shape off the 5, but you snap this with some draw over the rail. You don't even have to come out very far. 5 leads right to the 8. If you come out in the middle of the table, you take the 5, it leads right to the 8, you know. I'm definitely shooting the 7 first here, I'm sorry. put some right English on this, I think. Or he's going to go follow into the rail. That's okay. Get over on this side of the ball. Nice. Very nice. Now you can fin this ball in and just kind of float right on that line right there that he was looking, or you can go 2 rails with the cue ball. Takes a lot more control with that 2 rails, though. It's kind of a natural line just to come off that end rail. Maybe a touch of outside on it. Not much, because you don't want to squirt it off to the left too far. Depends on how thick or thin you hit this 5-2. You did go 2 rails, and you're going to end up with a back cut off that. It's easy to come up short on that. So I kind of like just going into the rail and just coming 1 rail and then bringing the cue ball middle of the table up there, almost like on the head spot, and you're good. You might be a little bit longer of a shot that way, but you're on the ball. I mean, really, Chad should be able to handle this for a back cut, but it is definitely a challenging shot. And I kind of like, if you miss this, putting the cue ball right down in the bottom rail by that chalk. Oh, good shot, Chad. Well, right in there. On that miss, that's a really good spot. That was a good out. A lot of good shots now, and it was not easy.
What'd that miss, Mark?
It was a nice out right there. 5-4.
I'd like to see a few packages
Race to
put
11.
together here where they can run out a little bit, you know?
Yeah, they're kind of swapping racks, ain't they?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. Matter of fact, Hank's brother Hunter's over there with his girlfriend right now.
Oh, is he? Okay.
We actually flew to Duluth for dinner one night.
Nice.
Then
nice.
his girlfriend went, and then we flew down to Winona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Scott Reynolds, table 13.
she liked flying in the little plane.
Nice. Didn't you take Sean Holmes golfing somewhere too?
Yeah.
Where was that
We
at?
flew over to Voyager Village
Okay.
in Wisconsin, and you land there, you get out golf, you walk to the clubhouse, and you jump the plane and take off.
That is awesome.
That's a nice golf course too. I done that last year with Kevin Winters too.
Yep. So 5-4, race to 11, CR Sportsbar. Friday night tournament is rocking and rolling. Action on table 11.
50 players. Yeah, change the score. There you go, Soren. Kind of like that idea of 8 players or 8 teams in the top. You know, we could do an 8-team bracket and an 8-team for higher and lower.
8 teams in the upper, 8 teams in
different-
lower.
And get some lower Fargo area players a chance to jump on this live stream and see
Yep.
what the heat's about, you know.
Jesus, Jerry. Oh, my God. Oh,
Made
jeez.
$1,000 entry.
Yeah, that's funny.
Look at that break. Look at this. Uh-oh. They're off and running
my
right here.
God, look at the stripes here.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
9 balls a pickle, unless they can make it right
I
now.
think the 9 goes, and then that puts you on the 11.
I think the 4 might be in the way. The solids ain't bad either. You get after the solids real quick, too.
Yeah, everything. They both look really good.
Yep.
It all depends, I think, on that 9 ball. If it goes right now, I think I'd take stripes. But the solids lay out really, really nice. If you can get it in the middle of the table and get in that 3 or the 5, then that's kind of a cakewalk. The 7 gets you there, or you could start out with the 3 or the 5. I like solids. I'm going backtracking. I like solids instead.
I tell you what, I watched Hank on that Boston Open when he won the junior last weekend down there. He was so calm, cool, and collected. He was down 2-1, 2-0, I think, whatever it was, and stayed right with it. Came back. You know, he's learning a lot.
Very composed. Now they do a 6-ball shootout. They rack the balls in like 6-ball, and then they time how quick you pocket them all. You can shoot the balls in any order, and you can shoot as soon as the cue ball stops, but you don't have to wait for all the object balls to stop. So if you break and hit a stop shot and the cue ball stops and those balls are rolling around the table, I believe that you can actually shoot at the solids, the ones that aren't moving. and get him in as quick as you can. If he can navigate this cue ball from the 7 around that 11 and get on the 5, I'm taking solids. I kind of like going that
right
route.
now.
Well, the thing with the 3, though, is he's still got to come back for that 7, 4, and the 5. The 7's got to get cleared before the 4 goes. And you kind of have an angle on it right now where you can just get around over here on the left of the 11, and you're, I don't know. I kind of think, I kind of like that route.
I think it might get away from up by the 11, though, won't it?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird angle up there, ain't
Yeah.
it? You're either going to bump into it.
And if you cut the 7 thin, that cue ball is going to run. You know, because you're hitting it thin.
A little bit of left maybe, though, and just, it's kind of a touchy shot to get around up there. The 3 will kind of float out in the middle, maybe get on the 2 on the side.
I mean, you look at the 11. If you get good on the 11, you can play the 9 on the side.
Yeah.
You know, but that 13 ball, you got to deal with.
That 9 must not go, or he doesn't want to shoot it
No,
off the rail.
I don't think it goes.
Yeah, he's going to take my ball.
All right, he's all right.
Just avoid the 11, I think, would be the key, or come to the right of it if you're able to. There, just like that.
Killed it. Good.
Perfect.
That was good. He'd
Now
have
the
to hit
5.
He'd have to hit as thin as that Donnie.
Yeah, now the 5 gets you to the 4, 4 to the 3, and 3 will float down to the 6. This is looking pretty easy here. Got to execute still.
Yep. They got to pick the key ball to get on the 6. A couple ways to do it.
He could do it right now.
You could. Well, you could. Because that 8 looks like it goes in the bottom left, don't it?
Yeah, I think it does go by there.
So
you know,
that's
he
fine.
could take the 3 right now and get on the 6, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I like that. Because the 2 will get you back to the 4, 4 will put you on the 5.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Good shot there, and you can shoot the 6, 2, 4, 5, 8.
6, 2, 4, 5, 8. Yep. Well done. Another good out by these guys.
Yep.
Well, they're not out yet.
Yeah, hold on,
that's
Mark.
right. They still got to pocket them, yes. Let's not commentate, curse them too much.
See what it says on Rob's shirt?
Chuck Tua. That's pretty good.
That girl made a fortune
Yeah,
on that.
oh, she did,
On the old
yeah.
Hawk Tua. Now we got Chuck Tua.
Chuck Tua.
That's funny.
Chuck Tua on that thing,
They
right?
sell 'em.
Yeah.
Good shot. Good cue ball, too.
Yep.
Way to bring it back off that rail.
Good shot right there.
Hit that with some confidence.
There you go. Look at the line you want to be on right
2 to
there.
the
Which
4,
side of the line? There
4
you
to the
go.
5. You know, and they might actually take the 5 and come. If the 8 goes in the corner.
Yeah.
I don't mind floating down to the bottom rail and taking the 8 in the side, though, if I get an angle on the 5 ball.
I think the 8's wide open down here.
Yeah. So nice when your patterns, one ball just leads you the other like that. It is so nice.
Kelly's match done?
You know you're shooting them out in the right order when it just leads so easily.
Martin Birch, Todd Swolowski.
Yeah, these guys are putting together some good racks here.
Yeah. Be nice up.
Shot. Yeah, he did play for my ball, I think. Now you can either come down to the bottom rail and float back up and take the 8 in the lower left corner. So you could play either way if you want. Right there, go on the side, or come back up off that rail and play it in the corner. I don't know if that 11 is going to make it kind of funny. It's back far enough from the cue ball. I don't think it's going to impact his bridge and have to elevate it too much. But I kind of think in a situation like this that it might even be more beneficial to go down to the bottom rail and float back up. Get above the 8. That'll work too, man. That's a good shot. Look at that. Instead of the side, taking the corner.
Absolutely.
Well done, man.
Good shot right there.
Well done. I wonder what he's looking at. Oh, there's somebody over on the table behind him here on table 21, so he couldn't stand there. Just to go up 6-4 and inch a little bit closer to $8,000. I'm not the best at math, but I believe that is 4,000 apiece.
Wow, nice shot right there. Here we go.
6-4, race to 11. Couple of nice racks by those two right there. And you did say a couple of games back when it was like, what, 4-4 or 4-3, that you're looking for somebody to put a package together, and there it is. There's two racks right there. If they put a couple more together, it'll start getting a little dicey on the left side up there. Well, 8-4 is it's not a deficit that you can't overcome, but this is the finals, and there's a lot of money on the line.
Yeah.
You can't always rely on coming back from behind all the time, but as we've seen, Hank and Austin can string a lot of racks together too. If Soren keeps that break rolling, the way these two are shooting, though, they could put together a few more racks.
Yeah, it'd be
easily.
tough. His game's really come along, too.
Yeah,
he's
it has.
underrated on his Fargo rate for sure. 100%. Got Hank Stab playing on 20 over there. Bundy Leinen.
So cue ball will come back above the side pockets and probably hit just at that first diamond above the right side or left side pocket on your screen.
He's been hitting more flush, though, hasn't he? Or Austin's been
This
doing that.
one will go. Oh, went over the other side. Nice, got a ball.
Yeah, looks like he has a 6 into the 7.
Solids are looking juicy here,
Might
too.
be able to make the 4, too, if he needs to, it looks like.
Yep, can make the 4.
Yep. I like shooting that one.
Man, solids are sitting wide open.
Yep. This will be another rack here.
Yep. You got multiple opening shots here. 6 to the 7 or take the 4. Either one of them. And I think the rack just lays right there for him. As long as you don't make any mistakes or an untimely miss or anything, should be out. Very nice.
Hold on one second.
Take the 7, come back up the middle of the table, shape the 5. And the 5 will, of course, get you on the 3. I don't really like trying to go from the 7 to the 1 here. You might be thinking about that. I like coming up for these balls. I think the 2 gets me on the 6, and then the 6 will just slide over in the 14, and you're straight in on the 1. So anywhere over here on the right side rail with the 2 up in the upper right corner gets you on the 6 to where you just the cue ball will slide right over into the 14 ball. So I think those are my last 3 balls I'd shoot. And then the 8 ball, so last 4 balls. That's the ball I'd like to get on. But I want to be in an angle where I can get to the right side of the 3 ball. It's not the end of the world if you're not, because you can take the 3 in the right side pocket if you get too much in the middle of the table. Like right now. Now if you're going to take the 5, which I think he's going to have to shoot, now you slide over to the left side rail and get on the 3 in the right side pocket.
Yeah, if he has the angle for it.
Yeah, I think he's got an angle there. Punch it over. You don't have to go far.
Yep.
And then the 3 will get you on the 2. Stop shot on the 2 gets you on the 6, and you just slide into the 14 with the cue ball, and bam, 1 ball. Looks like he's rolling forward.
Well, if he could roll forward, he played it 3
Yeah,
on the left
taking
side.
the other
if he
side,
has to.
yeah. I thought he had an
plenty.
angle to go over there.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, that was other side of the ball.
Yep.
Tilt on his shirt.
Now, let's see what he's got here. I mean, he's got the 14 ball is a big ball. So he's got to be careful a little bit here. Is he going to draw back, play the 2?
I think draw back, get on the 2.
Now the problem,
2 gets you on the 6.
because
and
even
then-
if you back cut it, you can still stop it with the 14 ball.
Cue ball will sit right there on the 14 off the 6. This might be a little bit tougher angle,
Might
though.
be able to roll forward, play the 6 in the left corner.
Yeah, yep.
That's just kind of a slow bottom left. You hit the rail, kind of roll down a little bit.
kind
You
of
know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of think so now. I think you have to, because if you go too far, you can take the 1. And if you end up like short, you can even end up with a 6 on the side. If the cue ball's over the rail a little bit, or even straight on, I'm taking in that corner for sure.
Even
but
the 1 goes over
Yep.
there. So if you go long, you shoot the 1.
I mean, I'm
over there,
taking
you
the
shoot-
6 next
shoot
for
the
sure.
6
Yep.
next, or even if you go down far, if you go too far,
Yep.
Mark, then you shoot the 1, shoot the 6 in the bottom right
Or
corner.
how about this? How about the
on the
6?
side.
How about the 6 now, and you roll the cue ball into the 14? Then you're on the 1, and you go to the 2.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to shoot that shot anyways, you might as well shoot it right now.
Yeah, that 6 goes easier than we think.
Yeah. I kind of like drawing into the 14 with the 6 ball, but you just can't go up table with the cue ball. A lot of ways to get out here. This one might take a little bit more control on the cue ball. I think snapping into the 14 is a little bit more margin of error.
I don't think he went.
No.
Well, he might be all right there.
Yeah, I think he's all right. He can't float up to the end rail, though. He's going to have to draw over, and that 1 ball might be going in the left side pocket. But I from where he was there, and I get the idea of the 2 and rolling 4, but I kind of feel that he should have took the 6 right there and just slid over into the 14. Hit the 14 square. You're on the 1. The 1 and the 2 are just 1 to the 2 is super, super easy. Now we're in a situation where if you shoot the 6 and go to the right side rail, the cue ball might even come out and you take the 1 in the upper right corner. I don't like that play, though, just because I think I might bring the 14 into play. And I think that's the road he's going to go, though, just like that. Oh, he missed it. And he got fortunate with a tough leave for stripes here, but he's got a good save coming up off the 12 ball. Oh, he does have the 14 too. My eyes are like totally bad tonight. I do apologize. I've had some issues lately, but no excuse here on the stream. So I do apologize. They've been blurry at times with all this rain. And that's even easier. Oh, no, he might have lost the 12 ball. Yeah, he might have lost the 12 ball. He might have put the cue ball so he can't make this 12 ball now. Oh, my goodness. Whoa, yeah, he can't make the 12 ball now. So now he's going to have to find a safety out of what's left down here. I don't know if he can do a curve and make this ball still, but even if you do, you're probably not going to like what you end up with because the cue ball you'll lose the 10 ball, which is going to be a thin cut from up table. This is interesting now. I don't think he can even hit the outside edge of the 10 and kind of draw over to the left to that side rail and then hide the cue ball down in the bottom rail. I don't think he can do that even. 6 goes, unfortunately, for them in the lower right corner, so you can't really just lay the ball up there on the 12 ball either. He's going to kick on the side rail and try to hit the 10 and just leave the cue ball down there, which may be his best shot. He could jump the 12, but cue ball's going to run wild then. I don't know if you're going to get there that way. You know what I think? You know what I would probably do is I'm going to go off the side rail right above the side pocket with some right English, and I'm going to try to run into the 9 ball with my cue ball. If I run into the 15, I'm selling out. But I think I can get the 9 ball, and if the cue ball just hits that square, you're going to tuck right behind the 15. If you hit it on the right side of it, you'll bump into the 10. You will leave a back cut on the 6 on the side, though, but, man, this is a tough spot. This is a tough spot. Now, another shot which would take some really good timing, though, is to hit the 12. Cue ball goes over to the left side rail and then get the 12 in between you and the 6 ball. Pretty low chance. I mean, that's a low chance shot. Not recommended in this situation. Well, he smashed a jump shot earlier. Let's see how this one works out. Man, what a good jump shot. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Wow, what a shot. Austin has nailed a couple of bank shots with that jump stick of his. Man, that is impressive. That is impressive. Oh, I got a ring coming from my Red Bull over here. So, Mr. Tank, take the 9 on the side, or do you roll into the 10 and put the cue ball down in the bottom row right where that chalk is? Good shot. Good shot. 10 ball, draw back to the left side rail and spin up table. You're either going to get on the 15 or the 12. Cue ball in between the 8 and the 1 possibly. I'm not sure if I like rolling over and getting straight on the 15 and run up there. I don't like shooting that ball. Just because if you're off a little bit with the cue ball off that rail, it gets really tough to get up to the 12. If you're dead straight on it from here, it works great. See, now, boom, off the rail just a little bit. Yep, see, now it gets a little bit difficult. If he goes follow with this, you're going to end up with a thin cut in the 12, or if he runs all the way up table, he could be to the left of the 12. I think he's going to go right up by the 8 ball, though. Man, good shot, Hank. Good shot. Now you just have to make it. Cue ball is going to go up and down. You're probably going to end up on the upper half of the table with a cut in the side. You might even end up straight in because cue ball is going to go up, down, back up. It'll hit the upper end rail again, so it's going to be 3 rails back and forth. You got to hit a little bit of inside, not much though, and just get the cue ball to go up and down. You go left of the spot here with the cue ball and back up table. So 1, 2, 3 rails. Stroke it well, and you're going 3 rails with this. 1. Well, we went 2. That's even better. Wow, what a shot. What a shot. Look at that. Look at that straight in. Oh, my God. What a ball, man. Well done, young man. Well done. That is a great shot. Oh, my God, is that a good shot. Wow. He came through twice in that rack. That jump shot with the 12 in the lower left corner, and that ball right there. He's becoming Hank's life jacket. Man, oh man. 5-6, race to 11. We are live at CR Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota, the mecca of pool in the upper Midwest. Jerry Johnson is attacking some noodles and chicken here next to me. Are you mad at that those noodles or what? Even it's almost like you're growling from time to time over there. See Ryan Johnson in town from up north. Came down for the 3-person tournament tomorrow. One of my favorites from up north there. North Dakota area. Welcome to town, young man. I believe he brought a team down. So 5-6, Austin Olson at the table now breaking. And good cue ball. Look at that. And made 2 balls. Solids is sitting very, 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 very nice. We should end up with a tie match right here. Should be a race to 5 for all the cheddar here coming up. Suddenly I've went to a golf tone. We're on hole number 15. Austin Olson and Hank the Tank at the table. And Hank took a break. So we'll be right back. Oh, no, here he comes. I was going to put the sponsors up there and go through them, but Hank is on his way back. So, again, with real brief, too, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Like the stream, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. Tell us what we can do better. We appreciate it. Any kind of feedback we always enjoy. And thank you again for tuning in. Thanks as well to all the sponsors. You have done a wonderful job helping us bring pool in this stream for several years now. Thank you all. And Hank the Tank at the table. Solids are just looking wonderful, though. Get this opening shot, and you're off and running. You shouldn't have any troubles. It's every pool player's famous last words, right? I shouldn't have any troubles from here. Everything's just easy, and then all of a sudden, we know how it goes. I don't know if Austin wants to shoot that 2, but you're not going to be in trouble shooting the 2, even if you bump into the 4. The 4 will come back and out in the table a little bit. Then you got the 6 up there, so I don't mind shooting the 2 right here and just kind of bumping the 4. The worst thing that happened, you double kiss the 4 and get tucked under the 11. That's like a horror movie though, and that ain't gonna happen. Now here's the thing though. There is a danger of scratching in the side pocket. He can catch the right edge of that 4, and you could go for a swim in the side pocket here. So that's the one thing to protect against. And beautiful. Just as I kind of first saw it, you bump into it, 4 comes out in the middle of the table, you're on the 6 or the 4. Take the 6 here and run into the 7 with the cue ball. I don't know if I want to just float and try to hold it. I think I want to run into it here.
Is he going to go
Might
around?
end up
Is he going to
getting-
go around it? Just like that.
Or how about that?
Go around it.
Oh my God, I'm
Huh?
learning so much tonight.
You're learning stuff, Mark.
Maybe that's why I'm spectating now instead of competing still.
He got down the cue, and I knew he was going to go around it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was nice. Very nice.
That's a right hand thing. This just kind of
Yep.
slide up there.
Yep, very nice.
So Rick Dehan, Billy Bob's dad, one of our sponsors, Brent Dehan.
Yep.
Dehan Grudgers. His dad had Austin and Hank in the side pot.
Oh, I'll be danged.
And
Okay.
Stevie, my son, has Chad and Soren.
Chad and Soren. Okay.
So that's good.
Father time.
Yep, father time. Would you look at the time? I just want to get out and leave a good line
Man,
on
these
the one
these
ball
guys
here.
picking up a
Is he
couple
straight
racks.
on? Is he straight?
I think he is kind of straight on, yeah.
You gotta be careful here. Don't worry about getting too cute.
No, and if he needs to too, he could shape for the 4. Be a longer shot, but the 4 will get you back to the 1. I don't know if I really want to do the 1 and come down to the bottom rail and go around and up on the 4.
So you're looking at drawing
Could
back into the right side rail.
Draw to the
out.
side rail and come back out and get on the 1 that way too, or the 4.
Yep.
There is a path though to go 1 and then come down over the spot 2 rails, but I don't like that shot.
Less movement, better,
Yeah,
right?
less movement the better. Yeah, it's not like you're on a 9-footer playing 9-ball where you know 2 rail, 3 rail shape everything. Kind of the Jed Lampy shape. Now he can actually, I think he can cut this in and hold the cue ball.
You can float it, roll it in real
Yep.
gentle.
Real gentle and float it down and still have the 4. 4 will come right back to the 8. Yeah, right down in there. The ball that would ruin this
See,
plan is the 15.
Ideally, you want to be off the rail in case he has to draw it out of there,
Yep.
which he will.
Yeah, he should be able to slow roll this
Yeah,
ball.
don't
He might
hit-
not even get below the 8
I
ball with
wouldn't
his
hit
cue
it too
ball.
high. You just want to come down here.
Oh, a little bit late. No, man, he hit that good. Wow, look at that.
Perfect.
That was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
It takes some touch doing that, and it takes some confidence in your game too, because a little bit off the cue ball with that kind of a roll, that object ball is going to throw out.
Nice and smooth on the draw stroke here. Let's pull it back.
Oh, he miscued and still made it.
Oh, boy.
Man, oh man. I had visions there of a Jimmy Wet shot.
Hank
Drawing it into the side
playing
pocket.
effort. Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy. Love you, bro.
They're watching down at Jimmy's, too.
Are they? Oh,
Yeah, they got
jeez.
the match on.
Oh, my God.
They
Jimmy. I am very sorry, Jimmy. Oh, my God.
I got a text that they got it on down there, Mark.
Oh, no. I'm public enemy number 1 down there now. Next time I'm in there, Jimmy, you can pour some lemon juice in my paper cut here and pay me back. So.
All right, 6-6, Mark.
Or you can remind me of the 7 ball I missed here a couple of weeks ago, too. So.
Now, Austin,
Woo!
he needs to tap that cue
Yeah.
so he don't miss
Yep.
cue again.
Yep. So we're at a race to 5, everybody. $14,000 in the pot. 8K to first, 6K to second, and kind of back and forth, back and forth. There was a 2-game spread there just briefly, but Hank and Austin have picked those two up, and we're tied again. Don't try to do too much in this break. There you go. Nice, nice break. Give him a ball. There you go.
Wow. Look at this.
Does the 7 go by that 3?
That 7 goes. I think you're off
Does.
and running.
It gets pretty easy, don't it?
And that's going to be the easier suit
do you-
to take. Or if you cut the 10 and you roll into the 9, you're good too. But you got your 15. You have to
Yep.
come around for the 11. Cause
Yep,
that
7
two's
goes,
blocked.
yeah. Or is he doing 7-3?
7 goes.
Oh, man, it gets pretty easy from there, don't it?
Yes, it could.
But, you know, because the economy works, I can bake with nothing.
Oh, missed the combo. He played the combo
Oh,
and missed it.
my.
Uh-oh.
That's a mistake right there.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Chad and Soren, the ball is in your court. The momentum, everything just shifted back over the other side, just like that. Man, things can just change so fast. One shot can change everything. One shot, sometimes even a quarter of an inch with that cue ball, one direction or the other, can change everything. You think pool ain't a stressful game? Compete at this level sometimes, and I tell you what, or at any level, stressful. Everybody plays so good for their rating areas now. Everybody does. I remember a number of years back, if you got down to like a B and C, not pointing at it, but if you got down then, people would go for stuff all the time. You know, if they didn't have a good shot, they'd bank something or try something crazy. And now they're playing lockdown safeties. You know what that is? That's the community getting stronger. It's everybody top to bottom playing good pool. And with the way that, streams like this, YouTube, other streaming services around the country for like the pros and that, there is so much media out there for us pool players to consume. Tips, strategies, advice, patterns, everything. It's never been better as far as being able to learn about this game. And you have countless opportunities just to pull up matches and pause in between, figure things out, whatever. And just we're really blessed. A lot of instructional videos out there on the net too. But 6-6 now, and Soren and Chad have a really good chance to take control of this match again. They were up just by 2 games not long ago. So 7-3. If you bring the cue ball and go across above the 9, in between the 9 and the 13, go across and get in the 3, or you go all the way up table. I like going across the table though. I don't like going up to the end rail from here. I like going straight across. 2, bam, and right over there. Well done, well done. That call was done by Leslie Noonan, sitting next to me, the co-pilot right now. You are mic-less, however, but you are the co-pilot.
I've done that enough times to know where that cue ball was going to go.
That was a good shot right there, Soren. And then the cue ball is going to go to the right of the 7. And you'll go 1 rail for shape to get on the 8. They should be up 7-6, breaking. $8,000 at the finish line. I think everybody out there on the chat, I think we've got the foundation laid for the next tournament. It looks like it might be 8 teams in an upper division and 8 teams in a lower division. And we'll have 2 matches per night, a lower and an upper, on Fridays. So that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna look forward to. I love doing this combat. I love being in the booth and being able to call these matches, and I'm be really looking forward to some of these matches coming up in that. There's some people that have wanted to get in these events and get on the stream, but some of the ratings have been a little bit higher per se. And I think we'll look at probably like I suggested to Jerry for like a lower bracket, we might even go like a race to 7, and then like a race to 11 in the upper, or maybe a race to 9 or something. We'll figure that out though. But thanks for the input on that, everybody. But I think that is the route we're going, and it'll be 8 teams in each bracket instead of 16. So it'll help us, get it done in a more timely manner. And also in the summertime, there ain't as many tournaments as there was this spring. There was everything going on this spring. Big tournaments everywhere.
So they took advantage of that miscue.
Took advantage of that.
I mean, of the the combo.
Yep. Took advantage of the missed combo, got out, and we're going to take a little players break right here. So we'll probably take a break here as well. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Be right back.
John Domino, Willie Driscoll, table 14.
All righty, we are back. Soren's at the table. And we are off. Got the ball on the side. And solids are looking pretty good. Stripes, there's a ball on the table for stripes that would prevent me from taking them, but I think solids lay better anyways. You could take the 3 in the side to start out. You could play for the 6 from there, or you could take the 3, go to the left side rail, and then get up on the upper rail and shape the 2. I think the 3 actually leads to the 2 pretty good that way. And then 2-1 and come back down and take care of the rest of them. And then the ball they'll have to work on too is the 8 ball. Right now it has limited pockets. But I do like going from the 3 here to get up the upper end rail and get on the 2. There, settle. Yeah, that should be good. 2 to the 1. And then they're going to have to, again, they don't have to move the 8 ball, but they can play for the 8 ball to go on the left side pocket or the upper left corner. In fact, it'll go eventually in the upper right corner too, but that's probably pretty low on the list. I think the only way they'd end up taking it up there is if they got wayward trying to shape it. And that ball ended up a little bit flat on that one ball. You're kind of straight in, so it's going to make it a little bit more difficult. And I don't know if he has enough rail over on the right side to force follow, get over there by the 10, and come back across with the cue ball. Looks like he does have an 8. He's going to go above the 10 ball. Yeah, it does go above the 10 ball, the cue ball. And then it'll come back out in the middle of the table. Should be on the 6 from here. Or the 5. Very good. Nice shot. Very nice shot. So stop shot on the 5. Take the 6 in the corner. Or you go 7-6 and then get in the 4, and the 4 will get you on the 8. A lot of ways to get out from here. Be interested in how they decide to go after it. I don't mind the 5, 6 in the upper right corner, 7 in the lower right corner, and then come down for the 4 ball and then use the 4 to get on the 8. There's a few ways you could do it with the 4. You could go over the left side rail, come down to the bottom rail, and shape it for either upper corner pocket, or you could shape it for the side too. Got a lot of options right here still. It's in a way, like in a rack like this, it's kind of personal preference, and I think the 8 goes in the lower left corner too. Yeah, it does go down there. It's kind of tight though. I'm looking at the table itself, and yeah, it goes. So then it really just how you're going to get on the 4 and when you're going to take it. It goes in the corner too. So it's not bad. It's a good spot right there. I think what it is almost a thing of, okay, we can get there, we can get here, we can get here. You know, every plan looks good right now, but which one do you want to take?
Does this from the break mark?
Yeah, because every rack, every weight route you go, you're probably going to get out. But I think it's almost where he's thinking, okay, what do I not want to do? Which I think is he's taking the 4 first. Not bad. Could take the 6, 4, and then the 7. But when he hit it like that, oh no, he rattled it. I thought he probably should have took the 6 and then the 4, and then he could have gone the 7, and then the 8 goes in the corner. Or you could have took the 7 and floated onto the bottom row and shaped it in the side.
Now the 11's in a spot, unless it goes in the bottom right. Do you think it's blocked by the 8?
No, it does go in the bottom right, but it might be kind of tough to get over there. Unless he gets on it right now.
Might be able to.
Problem with right now is if you don't get on that ball right now,
you're
you might
stuck.
not get on anything else that you're going to like.
Yep.
And look at that 14 ball. That ball is
That's your ball.
in a bad spot.
I think maybe thins this 13, comes up table. I mean, if he gets up high enough, if he gets on the 10, great. If not, you got to shoot the 15 and come over for the 11.
If I'm playing this game, I'm
gotta
going
get that 10.
to sell out by trying to move that 14 ball. When they don't have to. And I'm probably going to do it right now off the 11. Follow up and bump that 14 and get it off that spot. But don't do that at home.
Off the
It's not winning pool.
13 ball.
Yep. I go right here with the inside and go up and bump that ball. I just do not like shooting that ball. He's going to shape the 11, I think. Let's see now. No, we got it up in the corner. Got lucky that he got it up in the corner.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Because that was the situation we talked about. If you get anywhere where you're not on that ball, you're in trouble over there. If that 11 would not go on the side, then you're really in a tough spot here. You'd almost have to bank the 15 and play it into the 4 and figure out some kind of a safety. But there's still got a lot of work here. Doesn't lay simple. And now you're shooting over a ball. He's going to have a hard time holding this cue ball. Because if you float out a little bit, Hank's going to end up having to shoot the 14-10 combo, and you're going to have to play the 14 off the rail a little bit. This is going to be hard to hold this ball.
Yes, it is.
You have a little window there to where you can shoot that 10 ball. That's the only ball that'll go up there right now without shooting a combo. And you just roll it in and come out about half a diamond.
Anthony Boone, if you're watching the stream, give me a
See,
call.
there,
or
it just
shoot
came
me
a little bit
text.
too far. Now, well, Hank could go rail first on the 10. I think that shot's there.
Might have to, and then he can play the 9. And then
Play the
14.
9. If you hit this pretty firm, though, there is a scratch in the upper left corner.
Anthony had surgery yesterday. I'm wondering if he's watching.
Oh,
Anthony,
did he?
if you're watching, give me a call or shoot me a text. Let me know you're good.
So if he goes rail first, the upper left corner is in play. It's unlikely to scratch over there, but coming off that rail into that 10, you're gonna be moving the cue ball right at that corner pocket. If you hit it firm, then it really comes into play. But I think if you hit it soft, you'll be okay. And it really, the 9 on the side puts you right on that 14, so that's pretty good. But you're going to have to go from the 14 most likely back to the 8. Good shot. So now, ooh, that's a tough angle because
The problem is,
I don't
he
think you
might
can.
run into
If you
Yeah,
take this in the corner, you might scratch on the side. If you take it in the side, you're going to have a really tough time on that ball.
If he'd been better off hitting the ball firmer, coming off the rail out, leave himself an angle on that 9. But
The play here, I think, though, is for him to go on the side and then hit follow and go off the right edge of the 6 and have the cue ball deflect over to the right rail. So I'm going to play, obviously, right off that 6 ball, but I want to hit the right where the numbers are. I want to hit right above that with the cue ball if I can.
he's awful thin, though,
And-
to come
and
back
I'll-
on that 6 mark.
I'll avoid the 7. Well, with some follow, your cue ball is going to squirt out a little bit. I think he can catch the 6, the edge of the 6.
He's digging into it. He's trying to.
Yep, I think he's going to catch the edge of the 6 and try to. Now, you could end up where you catch the 6 and you go right into the 7, and then you have a really tough cut on that ball. You could cut the ball on the rail down in the corner, too. That's another option. Oh, missed it. That was not easy, though. But he could have actually took the ball down all the way down in the corner.
Mhm.
And then that would have shaped Hank on the 9 ball for sure. But that was not an easy shot from there.
Yeah, otherwise you're thin and come up on the 9, but then you leave him a kick on the 5.
Yep. Well, all you got to do is get on the 6, and you should be at 8-6.
Yep.
Bring this ball up. I'd play for the side on this one. Or it's a natural shape to go right to the corner, upper right corner. Big window to go to the side, though.
Yeah, you can follow the line just like that
Oh,
all the
that's
way up.
even better. Look at that.
You go
Very
into your line.
nice.
Into your line on shape.
Yep. Just kind of help the ball along the line, and
You're
there you
there.
are. This is why they're playing in the championship right here. Keep it simple, right? Stop shot. Cue ball slide over just a hair. Just like that. Roll down, and we're looking at 8-6. Race to 3 for Soren and Chad, and race to 5 for Hank and Austin. And Hank and Austin had a chance to get out on that rack.
Yes, they did.
I really felt that 14. You see that 14 again? That ball, in my opinion, impacted that out. If that's a hard ball to get on sometimes, and it's not an easy ball to shape balls off of. And I'm not just saying that because I hate when a pool ball's in that spot, but that is like, I just absolutely hate that spot. So 8-6, race to 11, live at CR Sportsbar. Friday, July 18th, 6 p.m. CR Sportsbar Fargo Rate Tournament, 500 added. First 48 that sign up are in. Race to 2, both sides. The 2 guys from Fargo Rate will be here to answer any of your questions about the rating system. Yet another example of CRs being the mecca of pool in the upper Midwest. Tomorrow, we've got 16 teams in the upper bracket and 32 teams in the lower bracket, 3-person teams. 10:30 or 10 o'clock is the start for the lower bracket. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. They will have breakfast sandwiches, and I think they do breakfast pizza as well, and then or pizza, and then you also have the upper division starting at noon. So This place will be hopping tomorrow. And then you do have bingo tomorrow too, right?
Yes, we do.
So this place will be hopping tomorrow.
Be some money flying around tomorrow, Mark. All right, 8-6 going to 11.
2-2 ring game I'll be looking forward to. Good break. First diamond. Didn't get a ball this time.
Man, he has
Man,
that
that cue
dialed
ball
in.
is in a really tough spot.
Safety break.
They
by
have no shot.
Soren. Yep, look at him. That's a bad roll right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of brutal.
Now, I think Chad might be able to graze this 7, put the cue ball to the upper end rail, and then tuck it behind the 5. Another shot that
Or
kind of comes up in one pocket
raise
pretty
it
often.
14 if he has to. Come up behind the 5.
And depending on where, I don't think that 7 goes in the side like on a push through. It looks like it's going almost a diamond above the side pocket. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
he's
can
gonna
raise this
thin
ball.
thin the 14,
Yep.
go up behind the 5.
Get up behind the 5, tuck it up behind there.
Trophy Reyes, bottom pipe, table 18.
My target when I do these shots is a rail. I'm not trying to get behind the 5 because if I get the cue ball to the rail, I've got the momentum to get behind there. So I actually hit it a little bit light, just like that. That's a beautiful shot.
Pretty good shot.
Oh,
right
my
there.
God. Is that a nice shot, man? Well done, Chad. Well done. Now, Hank could thin that 5, go over to the left side rail, and put the cue ball back in that area there, right where he's pointing. He's trying to find where they don't have a shot at. I like it. Yep. Thanks for taking my shot, Hank.
Hank's got the earbuds in. Well, he might just be going right
Go-
to the bottom rail.
Go over the rail and then.
Oh.
Oh, we left a 7. 7 going the side? By
I
the
got the
1?
1 in the way. Got the 3 ball
Yep.
down here. I don't think
Man,
that's 7.
I don't know if I want to shoot that 3 though. Because even if you make that 3, the only ball you're going to have
Yep.
to shoot is a 2 in the upper right corner. But Soren doesn't have to shoot it. Chad does. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any really good shot for stripes. 14 in the side is about it.
So
And even off that, you're probably going to end up with a combination on the 12 and the 9. Man, this is a tough spot here. What's he looking at in here? Is he going shooting the 2 ball? No. 4 on the side. Four in the corner. Oh my gosh, what a try on that ball. Man, that was a good shot. And here we go with the young guns. An opportunity once again. Grab a game. Get the break. Tie it up. Race to 3 for 14,000. Can we write that kind of a script? How about the 2 into the 5 right now? No, I don't think you can control that 2 ball.
Yeah, that gets away from him. If you hit it,
Yeah.
then it goes back up.
Yeah,
on
it
the
goes back
9
up
and-
on those stripes there. Yeah,
Gotta be
unless you
careful.
slow roll it.
Yeah.
Could slow roll that ball, but I like just taking the 1 and doing what you're supposed to do. You know, that gets a little bit risky with that. Although, you know, if you feel confident slow rolling that 2 ball in, that 2's staying down there by that corner. It might come out to the left of it, I think, on the bottom rail there, but that's pretty easy to get to from the 3. Yeah, he's going to take the 2-5 combo. And 2-4 combo, I'm sorry. And I'd be really surprised if he hits this hard. He's going to slow roll it. Oh, he hit it hard.
keep an eye
Okay,
on this.
Hank, thanks for making me look like an idiot. But not only did he hit it, but he made them both.
Yeah, he said, Mark, what are you talking about?
He
I'll
ma-
make them
He
both.
made both balls. Was it? Has he got a curfew? He's got to make them. Is he in a hurry now? Man, oh man. Fired those balls in, too. Woo.
Absolutely.
So 6 to the 4, 6 to the 5, 5 to the 1, and 1 to the 3. I like it. We're looking at 7-8, Jerry. This will be great. Race to 3 for 14K in the middle.
They got to get out here, Mark.
Yeah,
Settle
they
down.
do.
Settle down.
Yes, they do. You don't want to shoot that ball. Yeah, shoot that one. Now he could come over for the 3 first if you have to. Draw back
Actually,
the rail.
I wouldn't mind that, actually.
And that's what he's doing, yeah. Draw back the rail, get on the 3. Ooh, watch out now. Watch out for drawing into the side.
Yeah.
From here now, I'm going back to the 1.
Yep, now you can thin the
Yep.
one and come over.
Take the 1, come across the table, get kind of
careful.
about where you are.
Do the 1 first.
But I don't like that side pocket off this 3 ball. That's going to go for a swim if you shoot that shot. I like the 1. Yep. Maybe a little bit of inside. Bring the cue ball back across. Obviously, right where the cue ball is would be the start of being ideal. Good shot.
Okay.
Good shot. You're going to roll this in and play the 8 in the side, or you could come back across and shape it in the lower left corner. There's a lot of options here.
Yep, whatever you like to.
Ton of options. He could even come underneath the 8 and shape off the side rail here. But he's going to slow roll and just
Check
take
he's
the 8 in the
rolling
side.
up, yep.
Yeah, keep it nice and simple. Beautiful, straight in.
Good shot right there.
Good shot. Woo! I'm getting nervous, Jerry. I am getting nervous.
Side or corner.
Side. Have John pick up 11, will you? They're down with the ring game anyway. And I don't take table time out anyway.
Well,
All right, Mark.
ladies and gentlemen, wake up the kids because we got a good one. You're going to watch this. 7 to 8.
Wake up the kids.
$14,000 they're playing for. 8K for first, 6K for second. Austin Olson at the table. He'll be breaking. Man, oh man, oh man. This is a good one.
I had a guy come in. The guy came in and bought all my brake cues and all my shafts.
What?
He came back to see what I had, see if I had more, but I don't have them. He sells them. He sells them over to Vietnam.
Oh, that cue ball got a really good rub right there because otherwise that was going up in the upper right corner.
Yep.
And
He got kicked up that way. Hit
yeah,
the, hit
look
the
at the
brake really
solids.
good.
Look at the solids here. Stripes aren't bad either. Either one of them.
Yep. If he can roll that 3 in, it'd be good.
Roll the 3. Get over for the 1 or the 5. 2. I think the 2 leads to the 6 better than the 6 leads to the 2. So if you get over on the right side of the table, take the 2, mid-table, and that leads to the 6 really nice. I don't think the 6 really leads to the 2 as well because you're going to have to take the 2 in the lower left.
He wanted to come off that
And
rail.
yeah,
and
he
come
wanted to
out.
get off that rail a
I
little
think
bit,
he
didn't
wanted
he?
to play the
I think
1, to be honest.
Austin's going to have to shoot the 5 here.
I believe so.
The beauty of this, though, is that you get over there on the right side of the table.
Yeah, you take your
you
4
could
next.
take the 2 first and then the 6. If you like the angle on the 2, though, I think I'd take them and go back up table.
If he slides over, he can shoot the 4, 1.
Yep. See, I like the 2 or the 6. I don't like the 6
Yeah.
or the 2. And it depends all of where Austin ends up here, I think. If he shapes a 4, fine. You can come back for the 2, 6, and then the 1, etc. You can go from the 1 to the 2. There's a path there, going above the 11. But got to pocket this one and just get over there. And
Yep,
I kind of like going from
Stay
the
down on the ball.
5 to the 2 here. Not there, though. Oh, you got the 6, huh?
Yes.
That'll work. 6 to the 1, 6 to the 4.
6 to the 2.
He's going to inside this, put it inside on and come off the bottom rail and then shape the 2.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to put a lot of inside in this.
You gotta be confident on the shot and smooth the ball in just like
yeah,
that.
just like
That
that.
was a
Wow,
nice stroke right
what
there.
a shot. Yeah, he stroked that ball really, really well. That's a shot I've got to work on. The last match I was in this tournament on, I missed a couple of balls with that very same shot. I started out in Vegas. I missed it over and over and over. I still did well out there, but cost me here. Cost Josh, too, as he's in the room.
Yeah, he's
Mr.
here.
Wallstrom's in the house. Man, oh man. Now, do you go 2 rails on this to get on the 4, Jerry, or do you float it right right down the table.
I go right up.
Yeah,
right
I
up
think
the
so
table.
too. I don't like going 2 rails. You might bring the 9 into
Right
play.
up the table. I'll be right back, Mark.
Yep. And there you go. So the 1 will get you the 4. The 4 gets you the 1. I like going this way too. I think Hank's going to go 2 rails with follow. Yep. He's going to go up to the end rail and then middle of the table. Great. Careful. Give him a cue ball. Oh, there you go. Now, what do you do here? Follow 2 rails, 8 in the lower left corner, or do you draw back and slide down table and take the 8 in the right side? I like going right there. Yeah, a lot safer. In the old days, I probably would have drew that ball and tried to get down to the 8 in the side and I'd draw it all the way in the corner. But this is a lot safer. You're going to leave a little bit longer shot, but that's okay. Just make sure you give Hank something on this. Don't come up short. Don't come up short. Oh, don't get over a ball. Don't get over a ball. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah, that still makes it a lot more difficult, though. And if you look at the path where that went, and I think Olson will look at this, he went about a foot far. It's one of those shots where if you come up short, you don't have the ball at all, but you feel you have to go a little bit further, and then that's an easy ball just to run too far. This is a heck of a tough shot here. Oh, look at the cue ball. Look at the cue ball. And the 8's right in front of the side. Oh, boy, oh, boy. The 8's accessible from a lot of spots on that table in a jump or a kick. That was a very, very fortunate cue ball right there. And really, Austin kind of had a tough angle on the ball. I feel that the 8 in the side shape was really a pretty low percentage. It's a little bit tougher, but I think he might have had to do that there. Going 2 rails like that, it's easy to go too far because, again, if you come up short, you don't have the ball at all. So it's easy to run that ball far. This is not a spot. This spot right here, I don't think there's anybody on the stream or in this room that envies Chad right now. The shot that I see is to go off the 12 ball with some right and some low outside right English and go over to the right side rail, get down to the bottom rail and try to tuck behind the 9. If he can cut this, though, that's wide open for him. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty tough shot. I think I might have tried a safety there, but Austin got a little. Austin went 2 rails and got Hank where he had to shoot over a ball, and he missed this one. The cue ball rolled in between those 2 stripes right above the spot and hugged in between them. So Chad had literally no shot. He tried to cut the 12 on the side, but I don't think that ball would have even gone.
Wow.
That was quite the roll there that went their direction. But that's part of pool. There's a lot of rolls every time we break. Balls are rolling. Things kind of can happen kind of funny.
I turned away to talk to a customer and I looked and they're shooting at the 8 ball.
Yeah. Yep. Chad was in a really tough spot. That I don't know. I don't even think that safety I suggested was safe. I don't think that was safe either. With the 8 right in front of the side like there, that's a really accessible ball. But man, oh man, race to 3 for 8K for first, 6K for second. How are we doing, folks? It's a mecca of pool in the upper Midwest. This is where you watch right here. Austin Olson breaking, race to 3. Get a ball. Get a ball.
Yes,
got a
he
ball.
did. Look at the 7
Oh,
ball.
look at the 7 tying up too. I'm rooting for everybody. I want both teams to win. It's not actually possible, I know, but
No.
7-9 combo.
Yeah,
Start you out.
Hank missed the combo a little while ago.
Yeah, this one's a little bit easier than that one, though.
Okay. Where are you going to put the 10?
10 will go on the left side.
Think it goes by the 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thing he doesn't want to do is have this 7 get in the way, so just make it. And Beautiful. And they're on the 12 right now. Got to take it. You're not getting back there.
I see Donovan Mickelson's watching. Donovan, how you doing?
Yeah, Donovan, that was a really high pressure shot. That's tough.
I play pool with Donovan down in Florida.
There was 2 shots in a row there that nobody envied these players for being at. One with a Hank shot and then Chad's on the next shot. Nobody wanted to shoot those balls.
Yeah, Donovan and I play pool down in Florida.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, he almost got him in trouble there.
He has a 15 ball if he needs to, but that 10 ball you want to.
Yeah, you want to get rid of that 10 right now. Slide over to the rail and get on the 15. 15 goes to the 11. 11 goes to the 14. There's your pattern.
We play at a place called Southern Billiards down there, Mark.
Nice. Hey, thanks for tuning in. That's awesome. That is awesome. 10 to the 15. Shooting over
a ball.
Shooting over a ball again.
And you can't really juice it. You know what I mean?
No, and here's the thing, too, on this.
Now, he might have to be careful and roll the 11, and then he can play the 14
Yeah,
and come down and play
I think
the 15.
he's got to do that.
Unless
now.
he can shoot the
Unless
14.
he can shoot the 14. Yes. If he's got the 14. I like the 11 first here now,
You
just
gotta
from where
roll
it is.
in, yep.
I don't like that 15 because, well, if you go to 15, you're going to have to shape the 14. You're not going to get on the 11.
Yep.
Unless, how about this? Move out of the way, Austin. Thank you. No, you can't go. You can't go down to the bottom rail either. That'd be nice, too, if you could go down the bottom rail off this and then get on the 11 on the side. But I think you're bringing the 2 into play on that. However, if you float down there, you can the 11 goes by the 14 up there, too. I think you just elevate a little bit, stop shot on that 11, and let Hank take that 14. Or 15 to the 14, and then let Hank shape the 11 for you. You could also just take the 15, slide the cue ball into the 2, and roll the dice a little bit. Hope the 2 bumps the 11 over a little bit and doesn't tie it up. That's not a bad play, because if you do that, you've got the 14 for sure. But you don't want to hit the lower side of the 2. You're going to want to hit the upper side.
Has he come down to the end of the table and looked at the 14 ball from this side?
I don't.
Then he might see, hey, I might be able to just roll 11 ball then. Leave me
Yeah.
cut on the 14
and then
come
get
down
on the
for
15. Because the angle from the 14 to the 15, it plays perfect to go draw and then take the 8 in the side. Draw and go back up table with the cue ball. So any line from that 14 to 15, you can go outside right and get right on the 8 in the side.
Unless he's trying to miss these
real,
balls.
Yeah, be real careful. You don't want to hit one of those balls. Oh, my goodness. Good shot, Austin. Good shot. Good
great
shot.
shot right there.
No.
He might have a little much angle here, though. A little too much angle.
How about this? Draw it.
Put the
in between
stroke on it.
In between the 5 and the side pocket.
Put the stroke
There's
on it.
There's an angle right there in between the 5 and the side, and then it'll float up table for you. I like that. It's courageous, but it's kind of a natural deflection.
I think he's okay with the high ball too, though.
Well, yeah, he could. High ball, he can probably catch the edge of the left edge of the 5. He's going to go to the rail. He's going over the rail. Oh, you hit it too good.
Oh,
why do you hit it so hard?
Now he's going to go off the rail, I think, or he's going to jump it.
All he had to do was just float it over there. He didn't have to hit that hard.
Yep.
He could have just, it was natural, just floated over there, and you had all that room. I'm surprised he hit that hard. Although Austin has been putting on a clinic with this jump cue this match, so this one's way easier than the other 2 jump shots. Way easier. You know what that means, commentator curse.
Yeah.
But this one is way easier than the shots he's made before with his jump cue. And as long as you make this ball, you're almost guaranteed to be on that 8 ball. Can't go rail first. That cue ball's going to get away from you. Can he shoot it? Oh, he can just shoot it. What are we thinking?
No, he's got his jump cue out.
Oh, yeah, he does have a jump cue.
He's got his break cue out. Is that the jump? Oh, he did break it down, didn't he? That is jump cue.
Yeah.
Go off the rail.
Well, if you go off the rail, though, you'll lose the cue ball.
Yeah. Yeah, the cue ball comes down too low.
You got to be careful. You don't squirt out of there with this cue ball either. Just hit it nice and.
You got to stroke through this one.
Man, what a shot!
Wow.
Holy
Wow.
cow, what a shot.
Wow.
Wow. That is a jump cue clinic by Austin Olson.
Let's see that again.
That is phenomenal. He's hit 3 incredible jump shots this
Look
match.
at this shot, Mark. This is the Dave O'Keefe, Primo Construction, Frovic Towing, Monticello Auto replay.
Man, oh man, that is awesome. Wow.
Great shot.
Austin, get out of my way. I'm rising to the top, Olson. As I gave him that nickname. That is phenomenal. Holy cow. Man, oh man, what a shot. And he held that cue ball just perfectly, too.
That was a hell of a shot right there.
Ooh. Here's a note to everybody out there that's playing pool that will compete against Austin. If you're going to play a safety, that thing better be a lockdown safety. And here we go. Got a ball. Well, Hank, if you shoot this 10 ball and run to that 11 ball, you guys will get out. If you shoot the 3, you might not get out, but boy, that's an easy starter.
Let's take a look here.
I don't know if the 5 will go in that lower right corner off the 11. I think it looks like it might.
It's off angle, it looks like.
But he's gonna shoot the 10.
He's looking at probably breaking out the
No,
5 with that 4
he's shooting the
at one
3.
time.
Here you go. No, he's shooting the 12.
Oh, he's going to break the 11.
Watch the scratch. So cue ball off the 11 and then off the 10, lower left corner.
I'm going to play to bump that
Watch
5,
that scratch.
actually.
11, 10. Nope. Good ball. Wow, he hit that good.
Good
Good
shot right there.
good.
Now the cue ball is going to float up table here, so he's got to play with inside English, or he's got to play to. Well, you got that. You don't want to get up too high though, Mark. Well, you got the 13 ball.
You got
I
the
see it.
13,
You're good.
and the
You're
13 will get you to the 14.
Yep.
And then those balls get kind of easy. You can always come back down for the 11.
Yep.
The thing I would do on this 10 is I'd make sure I wouldn't get too far over by the 6 and lose my view of the 13.
Yeah.
You still would have the 11 down here in that case, though.
You can play it, roll up, and maybe even bump the 8, tickle 8 if you had to.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, if you hit that square, you're good then if the 11 or the 13, right?
Absolutely.
I'd almost err on that side more than getting. Oh boy. Yeah, they would have been out.
See,
from
you
there,
had
I
too
think.
much inside English center. See where you ended up? I mean, you could have shot
Yep.
the 11, but I think you just hit, a smooth high ball. You come up
Yep.
table.
Just come up in the middle of the
Yep.
table. You're going to get on one of those two. You have the
Yep.
11 or the 13. That little bit of inside on that made that tough. That's a shot I've struggled with a lot lately, too. Inside English. Man, oh man. That'll work.
It will. You wanted to come farther
Wanna
up.
come out a
with
little
that
bit
5.
further, yeah.
So now you're going to tickle, probably tickle 8. Soren scratches
First
that,
time
say.
they've had the lead all night, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 9-8, race to 11.
Nerves. No nerves, man.
Sean Holmes, Mike Quackenbush.
Oh boy. I don't know about you folks at home, but I'm nervous. I am nervous. I think I'm more nervous up here than if I was playing in this thing. I'm nervous. This is exciting for everybody in this match here. They're all such good people that are playing in this. Root for everybody. Look at that stance and the guy to the table on the left there. You know who that is.
That's Mr. Zach Boss.
That's where I pull a hamstring if I get in that position to
Yeah.
shoot a pool ball.
Yeah.
Hamstring or a quad. I'm tearing one of them. Need somebody to help me stand back up again because it's a young man's game, man.
Table 3.
Yeah, Chad wanted to come out just a little bit more, but I think Soren wanted him to come out even more than Chad did. But this is not a really hard ball, but it's what happens with it off the 8 ball. The 8 could actually get over to the side rail and tie up the 3. Not likely, but he hit that good. That was a good shot.
Closing before. I'm just gonna hang out with them while they still shoot. Yeah.
Good shot.
Yes. I apologize. I was trying to make that difficult. I was spewing a lot of words. But yeah, I'm just gonna hang out. I've cooled enough. Thank you.
All right, let's see what we got going on here, Mark. He's gonna.
Well, slow roll it. 2 goes by the 7. Nice shot. 2 goes by the 7, and the 7 will get you to the 3.
Could be a race to 2
Be a
pretty
race
quick here.
to 2 for
All the stew.
8K or 6K.
Race to 2 for the stew.
We could have just had him do a race to 2 a few hours ago, Jerry.
Yeah.
Had we known. Be just like the Friday night tournament. Race to 2.
Yep.
That's a good spot. Now he could take the 3 and then the 7.
Nice. He's good.
I like that actually better than the 7 to the 3.
Yeah, he's good on the 3 right now.
Because the 3, yeah, you're really good on the 3 right now, and that 7 is not that difficult, and it gives you a natural run back down the table of the 8 ball. I'd agree with this 100%.
Absolutely.
I don't like going 7 to 3 because you might get a weird angle off that tougher cut.
However,
did that? I think it did.
wow.
I think it locked on there.
Yeah, it did.
I think it locked on there. When I said the 3, I meant just rolling it in and just leaving the cue ball over, on that side of the table somewhere. Oh boy!
But that 7 ball, if you shoot the 7, you're guaranteed
Yeah.
a shot on a 3. Even if you come middle table, you still got a cut and a cut of an 8.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you don't hit it with draw and just kind of roll that 3 in, you've got a perfect angle on the 7 to just come back for the 8 ball.
You try to leave him closer.
Yeah, you try to get him closer when you didn't have to, because
Yep.
the angle is going to be the same no matter you're a foot away or 3 feet
But
away.
your brain don't work that way up there. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
want to get tighter.
it's the same shot though.
Yep.
It's just you're a little bit further away. You see that a lot when the ball's like if say your cue ball's down by where the 11 is and you're back cutting the ball in the lower right corner, people in the middle of the table there, they won't cut that ball, but you cut that same cut all the time. It's just that there isn't a rail behind it. So, I mean, the difference in the shot is not going to be the same. It's going to be the exact same shot, just a little bit more distance. Oh boy, oh boy.
What happened?
I will say this, and then nobody knows the outcome yet. Nobody, obviously, but as a pool player and as a friend of everybody here, it'll be kind of a shame if the match is decided off of that kind of a mistake. But at the same time, that's pool. That one shot can solve, change everything. Can solve all your problems and it can create all the problems. It's one shot. It's amazing how many shots and how many balls are pocketed in a match of this length, and you can really kind of go down to like 1 or 2 shots sometimes, and that's it. That's what decides it. A lot of things happen in between, right? But one shot can often be the deciding shot in a match.
Well, here we go.
And if he makes this, he might have to jump the 8 in.
No, he can roll it. Just keep it out just enough.
See where the cue ball
blocked the pocket.
Blocked the pocket.
They got the 14. I don't know if they got an angle slide over for the 9 down the left corner, and they could play the 15 in the side if they had to. I don't know if they got an angle on here.
And they got to be kind of careful too, because that 7 is makeable by a kick shot. They can't really get down here below the 8 ball somewhere, because you can kick and make that 7 from down there. I don't know if there's really a whole lot of safeties here. If that 9 went by that 7, it sure would make life a lot easier for these two. Well, you can.
I don't know if that ball goes by the 13.
Well, you could bank to 15 pocket speed.
I mean, that's what I see in that shot there. If you can slide over, come out the rail.
Yeah.
If you're straight on the 9, you make the 9, you draw back, play the 15 in the right
Yeah.
side.
Yep.
Unless the 15 goes.
Well, he could take the 9, but if you draw back on the 9 and miss it, you're going to leave a bank on the 7 in the upper right corner. So you can't hide the cue ball up in the end row. And I think the 15 does go, don't it? You got to be careful of the side pocket. I mean, it's a long ways from scratching, but no, you ain't gonna scratch.
Oh, you just gotta
It's a
roll
long
it.
ways
Just
away
gotta
from that.
roll
Yeah.
it,
Good
Okay,
shot.
Diggle. All right.
Wow.
Now you got to maneuver on that 9.
Yep. Do you try to move it or do you roll into it? I don't like moving it because the 8's going to block this lower right corner. I like trying to shape it.
I don't know if he can hold it to shape it over there.
Or how about this? How about you take, well, I'm almost thinking you come back for that ball, but he's going to try to move
Try
it.
to move it out. Good shot right there.
Good shot. Now you just got to back cut the 9. Oh, no, you have the 10. I'm so nervous, Jerry. I can't contain myself. I am just nervous for all these, all 4 of your competitors. You've put on such a good show all tournament long.
We got Zach.
It's phenomenal what you 4 have done. Great match. There's a lot to go still. I think you shoot the 10 here, run the cue ball into the 8 ball. And then you're shaped on the 11 or the 9.
And even if he misses it and goes just a touch high, then he can shoot the 11 anyway. It's like that.
Oh,
Got a little
boy.
high.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh,
Yep,
boy,
he
oh,
tried
boy.
to hit the 8.
Yep.
Now,
Now, Hank, 11 ball, natural shape to the 9.
that's a tough shot though on the rail.
That is a tough shot, yeah. Oh, boy. I would move that chalk that's on the rail by the 11, though. I don't want to look. There you go, yeah. I would do that because I don't want to look at that when I'm rolling this in. I don't want to look at that chalk either, Hank.
I did when I broke my neck. I had a little, then I cut it. It drives me nuts.
Should
I'll
be.
tell you what,
should-
under the heat right now,
Yeah, should be natural shape to this ball, though.
if you get on the left side, you get in trouble.
Oh, and he got it on the side.
wow.
Oh, wow. Now, here's what I do on this ball. I go 3 rails with the cue ball. I do. Well, see how it's going to if it's going to float away. I think he has a shallow angle, but if he had to go down to the bottom rail over here,
If you have more of an angle, he don't have that.
Yeah,
big
he don't
angle.
have that steep of an angle. I thought at
you were
first.
messing with me.
No.
Mark.
At first I thought he had more of a steep angle, but
Yeah.
literally you could go 1, 2, 3 rails and
Throw
get
a
on the
little
8 in the
inside
corner
here
too.
right now, just put it in, and just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
I know,
yeah.
I know
you know
what
what I mean?
meant, though.
Yeah, just go around the 3 rails and you get.
But I looked up. I went, wait a minute. Wow.
Yep, 10
boys
to 8.
Boys are on. Let's see what happened here.
But so yeah, apologize if that ball's a little bit steeper though. It's like a
this is
natural
earlier on
3-rail
in-
shot.
This is earlier on in the other game. But
That's a good
I hit
shot
the wrong,
here.
I hit the wrong replay. All right, so let's check this
Yeah,
other replay
so-
out here.
That's what I was seeing on that ball.
Now
was-
here's the replay here, Mark. O'Keefe auto body. Replay camera.
that could have gotten real dicey
Yeah.
there too.
Nice shot by Hank. Hank the Tank.
Hey, what's up, Rainy Lake Charters?
Ken?
Yep. When do you bring some walleye down? Walleye. Oh boy, 10 to 8. Don't do too much on the break.
Don't
Nice and
overramp
solid. Yep. Don't overamp it.
it. Well,
Oh, and he had a ball on the side too, but it kissed out.
Boy, he smacked them good.
Yeah, he did. Not an easy table here.
No.
Actually not even an easy opening shot. The 15.
Make that 7 on the side if he wants. 2 balls.
Yeah.
Don't know if the 2 goes in the bottom right. Looks like it might.
It does, but I don't know if you're going to be able to shape a ball off that, except maybe the 6.
Yeah.
You know, and the cue ball, you have such a real small spot there to get on that 2 to do anything with it. But he might be forced to take solids. It's not inaccessible, but you're really, if you get on it, there's only so much you can do with the cue ball. You can come down for the 5 after that, though. If you shoot this 15, watch out for the double kiss off that 14 cue ball in the upper left corner. If he cuts that 15 in there.
He could draw the 7 and draw it into the 6 if he had it on and take the 3 next.
Yeah. Be curious what they do with the 2 here.
Yeah, plenty of room there. So
2 is going to be the ball and the
yes,
1.
it is.
1's successful, though, to come
Yeah.
back down in the lower left corner.
if that 2-ball goes, you look where you need to be on the 3-ball mark. You roll up, you play the one on the bottom left, and you come over for that 2-ball next. You see it?
The good thing for the 2 as well is that if you get on the 2, you can get on the 5. So if you clear these 3 balls out of the way, that 4 will go in the upper corner up there, upper left corner. Now Soren will be shooting this 1. The 1 ball will decide this rack and possibly this match. Yeah, race to 11. Lee, Robert, Moa.
Is that with shooters on the phone?
Race to 11, yes. So this 1 ball will, again.
We got Shooters has a stream on down.
Do they really? Awesome. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys, down there in the South Metro.
Stream on for the finals
We
there.
appreciate it. Tuning in to the stream and the Mecca.
Yes,
Let's go.
CR
This
Sportsbar
1 ball,
Scotch doubles.
this 1 ball will likely decide this match.
He hit a light.
Yeah, he did.
He was laying for the bank. He might be going off the deuce.
I don't know if he wanted to lay that light. Did he?
I don't know, but right now the options.
That is a shot, ain't it, though? Now,
Look at it, Mark.
Yep, bank the 1, played off the 2, draw back a little bit, get on the 4.
Yeah. This would be a hell of an out.
That's what he's got to do. I'd be curious to ask Chad after, regardless how this match ends, if that's what he was playing on. I think it was. 1 off the 2, come back in the table and get on the 4. Well, he made it, but
Yeah, he wanted it off that too, for sure.
it's not always easy to play it off a ball like that, because you're used to making it clean. Now, he shoots this 4, though. That 8.
He's going to rub the 8.
That 8
It's going to go down by the end rail or hit the 5. Depends on how he
could
hits
tie
it.
up on that stripe down there.
Yeah.
And then they got to get up from the 5 to the 2. There is a small chance of that 8 scratch in the lower right corner, but you'd almost have to hit that 4 to make that happen. The way he's going to shoot this 4 to make it, that 8 isn't going to deflect that direction. But if he hits this with inside, that 8 could easily go in that corner. He's going to hit it with some outside, though. 8 might get in the way between the cue ball and the 5 ball. Nope. Oh, the 8 is in a bad spot now for.
That was bad for both teams. Well, the Stripes.
Yeah,
are,
Stripes has a
are in favor
lot
right
more
now.
opportunity on the table than Solids, but now I don't know if it makes. I don't know if you want to make this ball. If you make this 5, you're going to be very, very handcuffed with that 2 ball right where it is. You know what would be really cool is if that stripe in the 2 is wired, take the 5 and draw back into it. 5 goes around a couple rails. You maybe get. You know what I mean? Well,
I see it.
You might have to do that,
But
right?
the 5 ball goes, it gets tied up in the mess.
Well, that's why you hit it hard. I mean, nobody's going to do that. Tell me, I'm not saying that that's the shot to do.
Yeah.
We're not. I'm not suggesting that. But if that stripe in the 2 was wired, tell me you're not going to consider it. Because it might be all that you have to continue in this match. And you know what he's doing? He's looking at my shot. Oh, he kicked the 2. Look at that shot. He kicked the 2 ball in. Oh, my God. Whoa. And he's got an angle now to break out the 8 ball. What a shot. Soren Erickson. Man, that was a shot. Wow.
Mark, you didn't hear me say he was going to kick it?
No, I'm over
She
here,
pointed
Leslie.
at it. Leslie
No,
pointed at it.
I didn't hear it. No. Grab
That's
a
crazy.
headset.
Does he have an angle on that?
Yeah, he has an angle on the 5
Oh, yeah,
now
he
to
does.
move the 8 ball too. Oh my God, what a
be
shot!
careful. You got to be careful on here.
Abraham, Don Redmond, table 21.
Oh, now we got a bank.
Ooh, we got a bank. Bank to stay alive. Man, that was one of the best shots I've seen, sir, and that was incredible. I didn't see that coming. I didn't hear Leslie either. I've got one good ear, and it's not pointing in her direction.
Unless he's going to just thin it and lay the cue ball up in there, but
That's a good safety too, ain't it? You could tuck right behind that ball. That way you don't sell the game. You got to kick at the 12.
he's going
That's-
for the bank. He's going
that's
for the
all.
gusto right
Yeah,
here.
I think
Down
you
10,
have
8.
to. I think you have to, yeah. Watch going off the 10
I got the Primo,
with the cue ball.
Primo replay camera. Oh,
Oh, my God! Oh!
Wow. That would have been something if that would have knocked it in.
Oh, my God. Whoa.
That's crazy.
Did I just see what I just seen?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Abraham. Oh, Abraham.
Oh, my God. What a shot.
You're spilling.
Oh, and that cue ball almost made the 8 ball. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I don't know if my heart could. I gotta go sit in my car. I don't know if my heart can
Oh,
take
they
this
gotta
anymore.
just keep their composure here.
I gotta go. I can't take this.
Okay.
Yeah, they gotta
Gotta get that 14 out
maintain
of
their
it.
composure. Still got to get out, right?
Yep.
I like the 14. Bring the cue ball across to the side rail and back across, or play the 9 on the side. It's even easier to get on. But if you get a weird angle,
Yep.
do you go up to the upper rail with 2 rails?
He's going 2 rails and out. Even hit the 3rd rail. He's good there.
Yeah, a little bit flat. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Now, this is a key shot right here.
Boy, it'd be
obviously, the
nice to
rack.
have an angle off this a little bit.
Yeah.
But you
Looking at
can
playing the 9 in the side.
you can pinch this ball too with draw and bring that cue ball out, but it's easy to jar that ball.
Yep. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's really easy to jar that in those pockets. And you got to be careful on this too that you don't follow through and scratch in that pocket with this cue ball. That's easy to do too. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. But if you hit this and get on that
all
9,
right.
this match
all
may
right.
be over.
Yeah.
My heart is just, I don't know if I can take this. Oh, my God. Soren, you hit that ball pretty good, dude.
I play the flat break.
And that's a good shot right there.
Because you don't want no spin on the ball.
It's a good ball. He's got kind of an off angle on it. He might have to run into the rail and come back out to get on the 10.
So that's why Tyler Steyr.
I don't know if he can hold it there or not. I think if he tries to hold it, he might risk sliding it. Looks like he is. He's going to go into the side rail and then come back out for the 10 ball. Just like that. Good shot. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this has been one hell of a match. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in if this is over. This is Mark Weaver in the booth with Mr. Jerry Johnson, Austin
Mark.
Olson, and Hank the Tank at the table up 10-8.
Mark, thanks to that professional commentator, you know.
I opened up Cracker Jack boxes all day today at the mall. I didn't find one of those in there, man. I don't know where they come from, but maybe JD will send me a message, tell me how I get
The
one.
professional commentator, my Mark. All right. Just got to stay down on the
Still got to
ball.
make these balls.
Now just smooth it in. Just like that.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
All right, Hank the Tank for the W.
Hank the Tank. Man, I tell you what, this has been one heck of a ride, folks.
Well,
And it's not over yet, but
what?
this has been one hell of a match. Oh, boy.
Yep, this is what it's all about right here. Man, he hit that one good.
He hit that ball so good. Man, he hit that ball good.
Hit that one real good.
Wow. Father Time gives us thumbs up.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Wow,
there you have it.
there are your I'm going to stay on here for a couple minutes while you hand that out,
I
Jerry.
had the money out, but yeah, thanks
But-
everybody for watching. Mark, thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem, Jerry.
We'll
This
come
is
up with another one.
this is
Look on-
awesome.
Look on Facebook. We'll get the next session going, but we appreciate
Yep.
everybody watching.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and thumbs up or thumbs down. But this has been one heck of a ride tonight, and thank you everybody for tuning in. We love you out there. Be safe. Have a great weekend, and congrats to Austin and Hank the Tank, but also a big pat on the back and congratulations to Chad and Soren. They played wonderful all throughout this entire match and the entire tournament. So from Mark Weaver here in the booth and from CR Sportsbar, we appreciate you all out. What do we got here? Hang on.
We're gonna hand out some cash over here.
Hey, thanks to Rainy Lake Charters. We appreciate it. And thanks to all of our sponsors out there. You're the best. And love you all. You guys have a great night. Bundy, congratulations. And tomorrow morning again, 8:30 doors open. 10 o'clock start for the lower division for the 3-person team tournament. 12 o'clock start for the upper division. July 18th, you got the Fargo tournament, Fargo 8 tournament, 500 added. Race to 2. There's so many things coming up here. We are live. CR Sports Bar. We're tuning out for the night. Thank you again for tuning in. Love y'all. Until the next one, see you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, one last thing. I'm sorry, everybody. We'll shut the stream off and then reboot it for the conclusion of the Friday night tournament. There won't be any commentating on it, but I might jump in the booth tomorrow for the three-man or three-person tournament. It'll be later in the day. I'm going to plan on coming up here for the ring game, but we'll update everybody on Facebook on that if there's going to be any commentating as we get towards the finals on those three-person tournaments. So, again, Mark Weaver at the booth. Hey, have a good night, everyone. Just giving you an update. The stream will drop out, and then it'll fire back up for the 8-ball tournament. Love y'all. Later.